street. It's got. Is it fine if I vape a little?
Yes, 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 yes. Don't worry.
It's nothing psychedelic or anything. I haven't done it for 10 years, and even then it was only the soft
Don't
stuffs.
worry, man. Don't worry. Yes, I'm. We are here to UFOs. Whatever you do is fine. You know, it's not a channel about smoking or anything, but it's everybody can be free here. It's cool.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
that's perfect.
Okay,
I
let me
trust
just put the music.
it's important.
Yep. Okay, so everybody, this is my brother Nicholas.
Hello.
He's from Sweden,
Yes,
and he's got something to tell us.
I do. I got a lot of things to talk about.
And Nicholas, don't you worry. If we need more time, we can do it. The part 2 is not a big problem. It's gonna be fine. We're just gonna have a chill talk, and see what you can share with us. Things like that. So
I need this also. This is not only for you guys. It's most for you guys, but it's also for my sake because if I can talk about it, I can like remember things and try to get help with my
yes,
experiences.
I hope so. I hope so, brother. If there is like I do not know anyone here there, but there is hypnotic works you can do to remember things that may be hidden in your mind. Um,
Yeah, or at least categorize them. And I've
yeah,
always believed in many people's like thoughts. Like if we can communicate, we can learn together and help each other.
exactly, brother. Okay, so let's just do this. I'm gonna put a music and then I'll introduce you and I'll make you the question. Okay.
It's perfect.
I haven't made a music for you, Nicholas, but
It's fine.
I do have some UFO musics, I think.
All right. Is that the AI stuff?
Yeah,
Cool. They become powerful. The AI.
they are good. They're good. Some of them are like hits, like a hit, like a hit song.
Okay. Myself, I've studied music production, and so I'm
Oh,
actually
nice one.
like amazed how well they do music. Like it's good.
AI is that sweet thing that you want to use, but you know, people will start remember. It will. You do notice what is AI nowadays.
Well, now
But
I know.
it's nice. It's nice. I like it. It's not like, look, people talk and people say that AI can have some negative demonic ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's with all technology. Like historically wise, people have been naysayers for cars. It was dangerous back then, but then we start using cars because it was better than the horses.
Yeah,
Even if it
exactly
goes
right.
faster, it's more convenient.
And the flying technology is quite good already, so I do think we're gonna we're gonna we're gonna be flying soon, okay? You just need
Probably.
maybe some helipads and things like that,
Yeah, yeah.
because they will have to start making aerial highways, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
the airplanes on one side and the choppers, and then the flying drones on the other side. That's how I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Just like on Getting Back to the Future. How'd you call the movie? The Back to the Future. Yes.
It's about the risks.
Yeah, because remember, there are already parachutes from drones that if you're like 20 meters above the ground and you throw the parachute, you will have a soft fall, and pretty much you don't need anything else, you just need a good parachute, to either way, let's finish this music here and let's start. So everybody, I was just waiting for more people to come in, but either way, let's start. Everybody, this is my brother Nicholas. He's got a story, and I'm gonna start like this. Nicholas, welcome,
Thank you so
and
much.
please tell me, brother, when did everything start? And I'm gonna let you talk, okay?
All right, so for me, I'm should I talk when I play the music or should I wait?
Okay, wait, I'm hearing you bad now.
Okay, so for me, it was
Okay, it's good now.
early on when I was a kid. I've noticed later on. I've always been interested in these kind of things, but I've always been a nature. So, the hard thing about these big concepts has always been a struggle to realize, even though I've experienced a lot of things early on when I was a kid. There's always been a battle for me to understand what I really believe in. But now,
And your experiences.
yes. So later on, the experience became so profound that I couldn't deny them any longer.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So it was like an epiphany, and I think it was when I was together with my ex-girlfriend, and we were arguing quite much, and I came home, and I was smoking cigarettes back then. So my way of not arguing with my girlfriend was to get away from her and like have my own time.
Yes, a
Uh,
cigarette, yeah.
yeah, so I went out to the balcony and I like asked the sky, even if sounds weird, like what is all this? Like I'm really fed up with this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like I've had so many. I was working as a salesman back then, and I had a bad job, and my relationship wasn't working, and everything was upside down. So I kind of asked the space, like, if there's something out there, show me. I want to know. Like, I need help. I've been struggling for so long, and I saw this meteorite falling from the sky,
Wow.
and I was
Shooting star, right? Or meteorite?
I thought it was a shooting star. Of course, I was like,
Okay.
okay, whatever. So, like in my agony and irritation, I lay down on the balcony floor and I like got my jacket all dirty and everything. I was crying a little bit as well,
Looking up, okay.
looking up, and then I saw like a spaceship coming over my balcony. Because the funny
Oh
part,
my gosh.
yes,
Let,
I was in the top floor. It wasn't that high house. It was maybe 6 7 meters high up. So
oh
close to
my.
the roof knock, it came, and it was
Okay.
Spanish under so because I thought it was a bird to begin with, but it wasn't because it was glowing orange underneath it, and that was my first like real epiphany or like happening for me. So it's kind
Look,
of
brother, let me just interrupt you quickly. I've got a story of one of my best friends. So similar, man.
all right. That's super interesting.
But it's not the same story. It's completely different story. But this friend was in his balcony smoking a cigarette with his wife, now wife, at the time was a girlfriend, and two metallic saucers flew over him like 20 meters above his balcony. It's like a three-story. building. He's on the second, and him and his wife saw them floating, like passing over them.
All right.
And then they did some things, and one of them followed an airplane, and then it came back, and both of them went south. That was in 2013. Okay,
Okay.
you can continue. Okay, I just wanted to tell you that so
Yeah.
you knew that balcony stories. I think they are very important.
Yes, because it was, and I remember when I came in my girlfriend, I really liked her. She was a good girl, and I told her, her name is Nadia. I said, Nadia, I think I saw an UFO, and she was like, oh, all right, that's good for you. And that was like it. She like completely believed me, and I was like, yeah, but you believe me, but if I tell someone else, maybe they won't. So
Yeah, if you don't have a picture, video,
yes,
that's usually the smoking gun.
right, right.
But you don't have time. You're not. It's weird, right? Like how they choose those times when I think they don't choose that. I think it's just chance, don't you think, or not?
I think it's
What do you
both.
think?
I think
A little bit of both, right? Yeah.
it's probably, as you said, it's probably more odds than what it is perfectly aligned or whatever people say when they're spiritual. But I like being broad in the sense of trying to
You
understand.
you were kind of asking for it. You were asking the question to the air, right, in
Right,
your brain.
right. So maybe that was a bit of
Yes, I think that's true, brother.
maybe
That's how I had my first experience. I asked for it to appear, and
all
the
right.
sky was clear, and I asked for a UFO to appear, and I didn't ask like please. I just said, "What if?" You know, what if?
Okay.
And a star appeared out of nothing. It wasn't moving, and it started becoming stronger,
Yeah.
powering up. We call it powering up.
Yes. Yes. I've seen a lot
Became
of.
bigger, and then it started dimming down, and it became a star, and then it disappeared again. It lasted like, I don't know, 20 seconds, 30. And I told my wife, and she was like, "Oh, stop joking." And I entered on that night, like a few minutes later, like 10 minutes later, half an hour, I entered a championship, like a poll,
All
and I
right.
won $50.
Okay.
And I said, the UFOs made me play it because I wasn't going to play the game. But at the end, I thought, oh, since I saw the UFO, let me see if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I had a hunch that I was going to win after I saw the UFO.
All right.
But before the UFO, I wasn't even going to play it, the game. And then I watched the show. I played it. I didn't even know. I left. And then my friend Carlos came to me and he said, "Oh, you won the gifts and the stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome!" So it was an interesting story. But that made me a little bit believe, a little
Well,
bit.
I can maybe help you with that thought a little bit because the things I've experienced goes kind of way back when I was a kid. And when we're kids, only thing we can do, we can't really trust our experiences because we don't have them. Like we don't have this knowledge about things. So what we do is we have to play it because it's the
Yeah,
only thing we can do. And that's also unfortunately the way we can figure out things that it's living outside the box. Like we have to be open-minded because what society tells us and things like this isn't always
it's the
about.
opposite.
It's up.
They want to divide us, um, fill us with fluoride, and you
Maybe
know um, stuff like that.
regardless the what the plan is or whatever who has made them, I think creativity plays a big part in figuring things out. It's like maybe
Okay.
Edison, like he tried. No one thought it was possible to have light bulbs everywhere with electricity, but he was the only one who believed it until it worked.
Yeah,
So
I know what you mean. It's imagination. It's like materializing your ideas, right?
right, you have to find a way, and maybe it's the
With the
outcome that,
materials you have.
yeah, the way you get there isn't always the most important thing. Maybe it's actually getting there.
Look, it's what we were talking. Experience makes perfect, and testing things out is the only way you're really gonna know how it works, you know?
Yes, yes, we totally
Because
have
the
this.
theory is not everything, you know. Theory is important, but the practical, that's the big deal, you know.
Yes,
Transcribing the materials and stuff like that.
yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Please continue, brother. I
All
don't
right.
wanna. I don't wanna make you change your subject. Okay.
Well, the fun part is that this is not the start or the end, because I have a lot of other things that I found interesting. But
Okay.
I noticed, like, that was my proof that it wasn't something that I was only imagining, because I've always had ideas about having like voices in my head talking with me. And
Yes.
as
Okay.
a kid, as a kid, I always played with these thoughts. I did never thought
Oh.
they were my escape from reality, so to say.
Yep.
Like a child not wanting to do their homework and things like this. I was imagining these things, but later on, these voices become louder, and they were coupled with noises from above my house, and
Oh, that's
these
interesting.
voices told me things that was going to happen to me and things that were going to unfold.
Okay.
Um, and I noticed I was working at Northvolt. Unfortunately, it was like a battery company that crashed. And during these times, like we didn't have that much production, so we were waiting a lot. And now and then, I heard these voices telling me about things that was gonna happen to me, like what was gonna happen with the company. They told me that it was going to be bought by Americans, for instance.
Yeah.
And now, 2 years later, after those voices, that happened. And it was the same thing I sent to you about the flood in America.
Yes, you were talking to me. This flood, the one where it should have been snowing, but it was flooding, right?
I don't know about the snow, but as usual, I often lay in my bed and I hear these humming noises, and I think it's UFOs hovering above my apartment. So
Oh.
they told me that's why I got in contact now, because I don't have that much proof, but maybe I could prove these things to you.
Yes.
So I thought this was a good lead. So they told me,
So tell me, oh, tell me more. Tell me more.
so they, like, sometimes when they get so close to my apartment, the window starts like making noise because of their like engines, I think.
Mm.
So, and when they get,
Nicholas, I have an advice for you.
all right,
Get you know, a compass.
okay,
Keep the compass near you when that happens, and if when the window starts shaking, check if the compass is having, don't have the phone close to the compass, okay, maybe like 2 meters, and see if the compass is being altered, because I know that that is a way to identify if they are close, okay, because of
all
the
right,
magnetic
because magnetism. So maybe I
yes.
can see it on the pendulum if it shifts.
You can see a flicker, maybe, I think.
Maybe it could happen. It's not a bad idea.
Look,
Good try.
Nicholas, I saw a UFO channel a while ago. This guy, I think he was Danish. He constructed a machine with a compass. The compass had some cables to a little bell, and he left it like in his room. And one day, like when he came back from work or something, his mom was like, "Oh, there was some bell doing noise in your room." When nobody was there. So it's kind of, this guy, he's quite sure that the machine works.
Okay.
So maybe you should try it. A compass is cheap. You can get like maybe not the phone, but one of
Probably
those.
the analog device that isn't digital could probably
Yeah,
work
with
better.
water. I think it's with water.
Yeah.
The compass is with water. Okay, love it, brother. Continue. Sorry about that.
Or is it fine if I just go and turn off my television because it was bugging me
Yes.
when I was trying to think. Yeah, I'll
Don't
be back.
worry. Yes, do whatever you want.
Thank you. All right. So where should I continue?
Okay, you were talking about the windows shaking when you think the UFOs were there, but did you see them, or usually you just felt it?
Not when I'm inside of my apartment. Then I only hear them.
Okay.
But
So you never caught them, like you heard it and then you went to the window and caught anything? No.
not from my apartment. But usually when I go outside, I'm like a night owl. So I'm often outside walking because when I was working at Northvolt, I got a habit to work night shifts. So that
Okay.
made me a night owl because I
I'm a
always
little bit like that.
you're yeah,
Yeah.
right. And like, isn't that when you see the UFOs the most frequent as well?
No, the UFOs, I'm actually looking right now outside, and it's a little bit misty, but it's clear. And the last time I saw the UFOs, I think we talked maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago
Yes.
on a Saturday. I saw a lot of them, and it was at 8:30 in the evening. So right now I see a couple of stars, but I don't see anything over there.
All right. It's kind of hard to time them, I guess, but
Okay, I just see a star, but I don't. No, I don't see anything. No.
okay. I always wanted to.
I'm gonna keep looking. Okay, when I'm coming here to smoke a cigarette, I'll be looking and I'll tell you if I see them. Okay.
All right, that's perfect. Like, that's also why I contacted you because you seem like a enthusiastic and smart guy who is honest. Like that's what I believe because when
Yeah.
when
Thank
we
you.
experience something, we know how it is, but the only way to really prove it is either by doing as you, like having videos of them or like trying to convey the experiences that we have. So
Oh, I've
unfortunately,
got a few lives. I got a few lives. I got one in the summer where I went to the beach and made a sky hunt, and we caught a UFO.
really,
There was another one I was riding on the last day I was on holidays. We went to a lighthouse, and when I was coming back, the battery of the bike was running low, and I saw a big one,
all right,
another one, like the same style as I tell you. It starts as a star, it becomes stronger, and then it becomes weaker, and then it disappears, but moving slowly to the left or to the right. Okay, those are the ones I see, and they're like orbs. They look like
right,
fiery orange orbs. I never saw a saucer, a metallic saucer, or anything, or aliens.
all right.
I've
Like I
just
have
seen
I have
those.
something interesting as well about that one because when I was
Oh,
working at Northvolt, I had a very hard time staying awake. And in Sweden, it's very cold. So if you go outside in the middle of the night in the winter, it's maybe roughly 25 to 30 minus Celsius outside, and it's
Oh
a
my
very
god.
good way of staying awake because it like makes your brain wake up. So I often did these routes around the area, and we use Snapchat in our Teams group in the work. So I
Yeah.
was walking around there, and then I saw like this yellow light that was hovering very low, and then all of a sudden it went even lower, and I was like, "Wow, holy smokes! It looks like it was landing." And as I was walking, it was coming towards me, and then I had the time to film it because I captured it in our group. And unfortunately,
Awesome.
yes, unfortunately, it's Snapchat, so the videos gets removed. So
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
have
Did
it,
anyone save it?
no, but they saw
Oh
it,
my.
but like no one reacted to it. You on the video I played it back, you can see that you can see the light of it. But I saw it had like, as I remember it, it had like, looks like, how do you call it, like proton, like these engines. Uh,
Moving around it, like these orbs moving around it?
no, no, it's only like it looks like a futuristic spaceship,
Okay.
and it looked like it had like engines on it, like a jet engine, sort of.
Oh. But silent.
But not completely silent. It had a hum to it,
Ah,
and it was
okay.
very, not exactly, but quite similar to what I hear every day above my apartment.
Wow, brother, we need to catch it. You need to catch it for me, brother.
Right, like when I go outside, I often get these, as you speak about these light orbs in the sky that is following me.
Oh,
I have
nice.
this terrace outside that I'm like, when it gets sunny outside, I go for sunbathing.
Yeah.
But then I can't see them because it's light outside. But in the winters, when I sit there and like I smoke my vape quite regularly. I lost it now somewhere, and sometimes they move quite long distances, maybe roughly 100 meters across the river, and then they stop above me.
Oh my gosh.
And the scary part about it is that sometimes I feel like this tingling sensation on my head. Afterwards, they stop above me, and
When they
then
stop above you.
yes, it feels like a
Oh
laser.
my god, brother.
So this is why also I'm a bit afraid to talk about it because I
Yeah,
know,
it does seem like they are. I'm not gonna say mess with you, but they are influencing you in some way, right?
exactly the what I
And
always figured,
what
that
do you get any ideas?
my idea is that they try to keep me inside, go inside, to
Oh,
stay.
not to go outside?
Yes,
Oh, Miss Honeybee, hello, my sister. Wally, love you, brother. Oh my God, look, Nicholas, this friend of mine, Andrew Rollins, he's here. Look,
all right. Andrew Rollins, 48,
yeah,
49.
he's my brother from Florida that sent me some videos that I
I think I
post.
heard him on the stream one day.
You saw them?
No, I heard him talking like in the background, the latest stream you had, maybe. I think I
Yeah,
heard it.
but if you go to my shorts, I have a lot of Oh, look who's here, Customs. Hello, brother. So basically, what I wanted to say is, do you think they do you think they're doing something to the atmosphere above your house? Not to you, but everywhere, you know?
I think I've seen
Like,
those videos, but it's hard to be like really sure. Like some
yeah,
videos
I know.
are not fake, so I can never really tell. I can only talk from my own experiences, and that's what I know
Okay.
do things to me. It's like they try to like heal me sometimes when I
Heal
lay.
you.
Yes, when I lay in bed, I have hurt in my legs and things like this, and I feel this laser, and then all of a sudden, like it feels something dissolves in my body that is hurting.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's so
noticed it
interesting,
since I
man.
was maybe 5 years old, and but the thing is, it becomes more frequently. And what I talked about this staying inside thing,
Yes?
I tell you that it's so abruptly and it works so effectively that I've always been depressed, like almost become depressed from these things because it very affects my
Like,
health.
do you feel like you're being monitored?
I can't prove that, but I think I might be.
Okay, so brother, yesterday I saw an interview with, Daryl Sims.
Hmm.
Yes?
I have no clue who that is.
Okay, so Daryl Sims, he's one of the biggest voices in alien implants. Okay?
All right.
And usually it's very hard to find them. You need to pay money to do examinations and stuff like that. But usually, how they're found if you go to a dentist and you have to do like an X-ray, a quick X-ray or something. You can ask them if they see anything extra, or if you have any pains, you can ask for echography or an MRI. An MRI is the best. It does everything, but it's expensive, and they won't do it because you feel you got something. But usually, it's like around the ears, maybe
Yes.
the jaw. So maybe the legs. There are the marks of the scoop marks. Have you heard of them?
No.
They usually they take a scoop mark out of like your arm, and it becomes like a little dimple in the skin. Like it looks like a little, not a hole, but a little crater.
Okay.
That's called a scoop mark. So Daryl Sims is very good on that, and he was visited by little creatures, the
Mhm.
Greys.
Okay.
Tell me one thing. Do you have any dreams when you were younger about any creatures that
Oh,
visited you or something?
this is another experience I had when I was older, actually. Fortunately, so
Wow.
this was maybe I got together with an older woman. Actually, she was 20 years older than me, and we didn't really have that great relationships. But I like her a lot, and um, I usually stay up at night, like doing mixing and things like audio mixing. As I told you, I'm very
Yes.
into audio.
Me
So this,
too, brother. I used to do that when I was younger. I
yeah, yeah.
produced on Ableton Live,
Wow, that's good.
Tractor. I did a few tunes on MySpace, but I think they removed my account, and all my music is my on my old portable PC, which it needs a support on the screen, and sometimes it doesn't turn on. But I tell you, man, one of my dreams is to take it to a store and remove all of the music and show you guys everything I've done on it, because I've got a lot of stuff that I've done myself.
Maybe we can collab someday. I'm really into music production. I love it. Love it. Like it's
Maybe I don't do anything like that anymore, but I can send you stuff and you can remix it, and that's a collab.
right. Absolutely.
But
That's the most fun part
I
about
need to get the I'll maybe do that next week. I'll get the PC, and I'll try getting the stuff out of there, because I got a laptop that it was my first laptop when I went to study in England in 2002. So this laptop, it's maybe from 2002 to 2002, I think. So it
it.
has
It's
how
like
many
it's
years?
what it is.
23? 23 years.
Wow.
This portable, and it's been inside a bag.
Oof.
Sometimes I go there just to check it out, very rarely. but last time I couldn't get it to work, so I don't know.
You're
Let's
lucky,
see.
safe still, but it's not
Okay,
as
so sorry
bad.
to interrupt you. Tell me that story about the creatures.
Yeah, all right. So this is the most profound thing I've ever experienced in my entire life, I think.
Do you want to leave it till the end, maybe then? You
I think
decide. You can tell it right now.
I don't really have a plan how I should lay these
Okay,
things up
just
so
tell
we can
it then.
as it goes. But,
I'm eager, brother. You're leaving me really, I'm really interested to know more.
yes, this is like profound things. So my escape was to get away from my girlfriend at nights because I got my free time. So I was mixing. And then I often sat on the balcony. She was also a smoker, unfortunately. So also when I was smoking cigarettes, though, nothing psychedelic. And when I finished a mix, I thought that like I made a perfect mix. So,
The hit.
but the problem was it was often like night times. My ears weren't perfect aligned. So sometimes when I woke up in the morning, I was like, "What the hell have I been doing?"
Yeah,
But
I know that feeling.
anyway, we know it's as music producers, it's a struggle.
It's a continuous process.
Yes, yes, eye for detail. But yeah, so I sat down at my balcony and I was smoking my cigarette and I was happy with my creations and I was looking out uh, and I saw this like star blinking very vibrantly and I was like, should that star really blink that much? Because as I've been told that maybe twinkling stars they have like you see frequencies is energy, they change and but it looked a bit strange. And I'm not sure about this, but as I might have recalled, there was a little bit of a beam from that twinkling star. So I followed
Coming
this.
out?
Yes, maybe. I'm not sure about this part. I'm not,
Okay.
but maybe. And I like looked straight ahead, and in the sky there was like a fireball. So instantly I thought that, oh shit, my girlfriend, she hasn't. Her name is Gunilla. Gunilla hasn't turned off the lantern because you have lanterns in the edges of the balcony, right?
Yes.
So I thought, oh shit, I have to go and like turn it off or something. But it was hovering so like 1 meter above it, and I was like, how can the
Wow.
be, be coming outside of the lantern 1 meter above it? It's 30 minutes like Celsius outside. So I was like, that's strange. And then this fireball was moving a little bit to the left, like this, and it stopped. And I was like, oh shit, here we
What
go.
was the size?
Uh, mm, roughly 1 centimeter to 3 centimeters.
Oh my gosh, so it was small, but it was close as well.
Yes, it was
Wow.
2.5 meters
1 meter. Yeah.
in front of me because the balcony isn't that big, so I
Okay.
could see it.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I was like,
So
okay, this is
small.
something else. And all of a sudden, it started to moving like this, like fast from left to right, and it sort of almost disappeared. And I was like, shaking my head like this. I was like, am I really seeing this? Like, what the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden, it's like, boom! It came in into one piece again, and there it was like doing this little movement, and it stopped. And I was like, all right, okay. And then it slowly projected towards me, slowly like this. And I was like,
It got close.
wow, yeah.
Okay.
And it got so close that it was maybe a ruler from my head.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
close, man.
yes, so I put my hand underneath it and held it underneath.
You didn't touch it?
No, no, I didn't dare.
Okay.
I'm very like when I see these things now, I'm trying to be very careful.
Yes, I'm glad you didn't
I
touch it.
know,
Yes.
like I have no clue what it was, but I tried to measure it because I was like, that's an instinct, I guess, to see it. Like, is
So it
this
was like one of those little balls, like berlindes. We call them berlins, like those little balls, glass balls, for kids.
well? I have no clue, but for me, it looked like it was spinning,
Oh, it was always like vibrating.
not vibrating, but spinning.
Spinning by itself. Okay, by its
Yeah.
axis. Okay.
And it
Wow.
was in fire. Like it was like you see real fire in a
So you would see the
fire.
flames coming out of it?
No, it was a
The color was fiery inside the ball. Okay, I know what you mean.
yeah, it was like a fireball.
So, but it was always moving inside the ball, right? The
Yes, it
colors were changing a little bit.
looks like it's a little part inside of it that is spinning inside.
Okay,
Uh,
wonderful. That's it. That's what I wanted to know. That's it.
so, and then I like from my early experiences, I know that I have this telepathic or telekinesis, whatever you call it, thing.
Yes,
I
telepathy, because telekinesis is moving
it's
objects.
moving it telepathically. Yeah,
Telepathic,
yeah.
telepathy.
All right. So I talked with it with my brain, and I asked it, "But why are you here?" Like, and I'm a bit like I'm a bit like this because I want to see a reaction. So I asked it like, I'm not, am I not like this stupid monkey or something? Like to see a reaction to see if I could. And then I heard a voice that got angry with me and like shouted at me and said, "Stop that! Like we're wise." It told me
We're wise.
in Swedish. In Swedish,
Wise like we're smart. Yes.
yes. Like it said, "Sluta vara dum, vi är visa."
Oh,
Like
interesting.
really angry at me.
A
Like she was
male voice
a
or
woman,
female?
female.
Female.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm a
interesting.
theorist. I'm a,
Do you know anyone with that voice?
I think I do now, because I'm gonna come to that later. So I can't really tell for sure, but I'm pretty sure actually. But
But it's not
uh,
her. It's not the girlfriend.
no, she was
No.
asleep. Like
So
when
it's
Gunilla,
nobody, nothing to do with her, nothing to do with your family, or just a person you know,
I can't tell for sure.
or you didn't know her at the time and now you know her.
I I will come to that later.
Okay, sorry.
These
Okay,
are only my own theories. I can only guess, but
sorry.
nothing
That's my
like
investigative brain.
yes,
Don't
it's
worry.
good. It's good. We have to think. I like that you really try to understand. So and the strange part about it, like, was when she had said that to me, this voice, it moved a little to the left and then it went back, and all of a sudden I became completely uninterested in sitting there and watching this thing. So I know how I work. Like I think. Like, so if I were to be in my normal state, I'd probably sit there and try to figure the shit out.
Yeah, talk more with it. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So, but all of a sudden, I was like completely uninterested in this thing. And I went in and I felt a little bit like a robot. So I opened the balcony door and I just went in straight to bed and I fell asleep.
Wow.
Or
But
like
you were sleepy
maybe I
then. You were
checked my
sleepy
mix
then.
one again to see if it was good or something. I think I went and checked the mix and I was like, it sounds good, but my ears were probably broken by then. So then everything sounds good. So I was like,
Interesting.
I maybe drank some milk and then I was like, fuck, that was fucking crazy. And then I fell asleep. And then like it might have been 2 months after that. I went to bed like as a normal day. I've probably been doing mixing as well. And Gunilla, she was sleeping next to me, and I was thinking like, this is a very weird thing because she fell asleep when the light was on, and she's a very strict woman. She always does everything in order. So I was
Yeah.
like, this has never ever happened before. Why did she fall asleep with the light on? Like, whatever. So this is just a like maybe stupid detail, but whatever. I was like, oh, something's off. And then I fell asleep, and then I woke up in this dream in like bed,
Okay.
and in front of me, I was seeing like this kind of dark purplish color slit, or like the walls was divided, So it was gray or dark, kinda, and underneath it, it was kind of purple. And it looked a little bit like, a hospital. Like you
Yes.
can see, they have this, or like psychiatry room or whatever. So I was like, where the fuck am I? I'm dreaming, all
Like
right?
that plastic surrounding the walls and everything so it
Right.
can be
Like it doesn't
clean,
look
right?
like a normal house or whatever. And there was standing a monitor with cables hanging from it. And I was like, what the fuck? Why is the cables pulled out? Because they were just hanging from a dark black screen. Like,
Okay.
I was like, maybe these cables has been attached to this bed or something. Like, that's odd. And I was like looking around, and I looked to the left, and there was a guy standing with a orange suit, like a spacesuit,
Yeah.
and he was looking like me, like this, like he had seen a ghost or something. I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked to the right, and there was a really long alien woman, blue alien woman, looking inside to the room at him. So I was like, what the hell is going on?
Tell me more about that. What do you remember about her?
So um, this is like the thing I've been. I think I've been
Have you
hearing.
drawn her?
No, no,
Okay.
like
Try
it's just
doing that.
maybe I should do it to.
Yeah, but
You know what?
by yourself, you know.
Like the way she looked was. Have you seen this Star Wars movie? I thought about it
Yes.
afterwards. Like in the like,
Get me the photo. Send me the photo afterwards.
all right, like she.
But tell me. Probably people here on the chat know who you're talking about.
Well, so I think that might have been her, like who were speaking with me in this orb.
Yes.
So because they were so close to each other. Because when I was a kid as well, I think I don't only hear voices. Like they can send these communications with thought, and it
With
also
thought,
it also
visual.
vibrates visually. So I've seen
Oh
her face
my.
before, and it's also this blue woman.
Blue woman. Yes. So
Yeah,
she is blue, but uh, like, how is her face? How could you say her face is? Is it
I was
like
trying to like it's if you I don't know if you have seen the movie, but in Attack of the Clones, there is a woman who copies Boba Fett or something. She looks a little bit like her, but with a bit bigger back head and much more blue. Very tall, like maybe 3
Tell
meters.
me, is it a little bit like the color of Avatar? No.
A bit darker,
Okay.
I think, but blue, obviously. But not because Avatar, they're quite light blue, but she has a
Yeah,
more
I
blue,
know. It's
darker color to her skin.
Oh my God, that's very interesting, man.
Yeah.
What can you tell me more? Was she dressed with anything, or she didn't need anything? Like, did you notice if she was dressed or had a uniform?
Fortunately, I don't really remember that part. Like,
Okay.
I don't really dare to, or like, I don't really remember
It
because
was a
everything
dream,
else.
right? It was kind of a dream, exactly. I know
Yes,
what you
but
mean.
that was the funny part about it because I've always debated this thing. So after that, little fast, it maybe took 1 minute maximum in that room,
Okay.
maybe shorter, 30 seconds or something like that. And all of a sudden, bam, everything froze. Like in a computer game, like when you have a lag or something, it's like tick, everything is froze.
Yeah.
Then it felt like heat or something, like hitting my forehead or something.
Oh
And
my
then I saw this,
gosh.
um, how is it called? Hexagonal shape. Like it's
Okay.
edges, I think, or maybe it's eight. I don't remember exactly, but I think I remember it was six patterns, and on this
Six sides. Okay.
six sides, and on it was like PCB patterns. Like a computer chip. because it had
Yes.
these rails, but it also had these curves on the rails with these dots, and it's like an electrical component. Like you can see that
Okay.
it looks like a motherboard, or I'm not sure about how a mother like
Like a
electrical
chip, a modern chip,
chip.
right?
Yes. And after that, it got quite bright, but it was like mm, kind of white greenish around it. And then whoop, I woke up. Bless
Sorry.
you.
Thank you. I need
So,
to put fire. I need to put something on the fire to get it warmer.
all right.
Awesome, brother. That's amazing. Tell me a little bit more about the guy on the orange suit. Was he wearing a mask? Was he more human?
No, he did not have any mask or anything.
Okay, so did he look like her a little bit? Tell me,
No.
what did he look like?
You know the
Like a
weird
man?
part? He looked like my grandpa, a younger version of my grandpa.
Wow.
Yes, I have a big story about this as well. But so he has
Yes, you told me about your
very
grandfather.
thick eyebrows, and it looks quite like it. There's not many people who look like him, so I could kind of like get a feel that it might have been him, but I'm not sure. But it looked like him.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Did your grandfather tell you anything?
yeah. So when I was a kid, uh, Grandpa, he was a guy who didn't speak very much.
Okay.
So like um, he was eating this kind of migraines pills all the time because he was, as I said, working with this radio shop in northern parts of Sweden. So he
Okay.
was always busy working all the time. So you could barely talk with him as a normal person because I was so concerned with his business and everything.
I know, man.
But
It's the older people. They just knew work. It was their.
yeah, so uh, um, as I told you about this telekinesis thing,
Yes.
he spoke with me telekinesically, like when I was a kid, because we were all
Telepathically. Okay.
telepathically. Fuck, I need to get that
Don't
word right.
worry. Don't worry.
So,
Oh, your grandfather spoke with you telepathically.
yes.
Oh
So
my
we had
God.
like often big dinners. They had a market up in Jokkmokk. It's called. It's an old market about Sami people who are like the native people. So every winter we went there. But he like looked at me, and they often had these telepathically speaking things going on with me, and that I always thought very strange
But do you
because
think he was thinking it or not? You know what I mean? He
he
didn't
was,
know that you knew, or he was looking at you
he knew
and
something about me. Because one time when I was a kid, I was eavesdropping because I often went to my grandma and grandpa and laying in their bed because I wanted to. Had this thing we solved what is called Sudoku or something before we went
yes,
to bed. But that
okay.
at that time they were in the bathroom and they were speaking about me. So I was eavesdropping, and this is just a vague memory, but as I recall, he was talking about me, and my grandma was angry at him for not telling me the truth.
About
They said, "But Niklas, he wants to know about things. You should tell him."
interesting.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good confirmation. But
that's
did
how
he
I
tell you
correlate.
anything else about if he contacted with any voice from the exterior or UFOs? No.
No, because he was like this shy man who didn't really do much things. The only thing that was a bit skeptical about him was sometimes I was skeptical, but he often went alone to Gran Canaria by himself without taking my grandma with him.
Oh my God. Look,
So
man, Gran Canaria. I've done a big cases on Gran Canaria, man. There's a lot of UFOs there.
yeah, maybe that's
And
cool.
There's a big there's a big cases in Gran Canaria. I've
Really?
actually talked about them in my UFO mornings
Mm-hmm.
because Portugal and Spain, we are neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the information comes, and apparently Spain, they're much more evolved on disclosure than most of the countries in the world. But of course,
Maybe.
they are secretive.
Maybe.
Oh, look,
Oh,
Andrew is asking,
I
does the
never.
hexagon shape mean anything to anyone? Okay, so you never knew why he went to Gran Canaria.
I never knew about that part. I mean, I
And
can't
like
remember
he went like once a year? Or
something like that. Maybe every each year or one like year in between.
could it be something to do with radio telescopic congresses or something like that?
Maybe.
But did your grandmother never told you either?
Well, the funny part is my mom. She always thought he was unfaithful.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It could be another family, but once a year, I don't know.
Maybe not if you're on now, probably not. But he was into radio things, so maybe these alien people think this is very interesting. It's just
Look, that's what I think. I think he could have, firstly, he must have developed that gift, you know what I mean?
yes, but he
If
also
he, you
thinks
know, could do it, if he could it. Or they could have given him the gift, or, it could have come with playing with the radios because you're playing with frequencies. But you could think better ideas. I'm just trying to guess.
that's like this is the problem because like speculating too much just makes things speculative. So
Yeah, but I
maybe
don't
this
know.
is a channel where we're
It's
allowed to
just a
do it.
trip, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking more of a congress, like technology congress that's once a year. I know that there were some UFO congresses in over there in Gran Canaria too. I've been to Gran Canaria like 3 or 4 islands.
All right.
I've been to Gran Canaria. I've been to Tenerife, Lanzarote. I think those are the three ones I've been.
Yeah. So
Very interesting, brother.
yes, I have.
What you want to continue with? Maybe more experiences so we can try and
Yes.
click them all together.
Yeah. So it's back to Northvolt when I was working at that factory, and I have this colleague who is quite like we call them northern people. Like they're quite stubborn, and they're kind of hard to like. They believe in Jesus and all these things, and they have their all everything set out. He was 60 plus or 55 plus of age, and he was I don't have a driving license, so he drove me out to Northvolt because he's a nice guy and like
Okay.
we worked on the same shift. And I had mentioned this to him once before that I believed in UFOs, and he was like, don't believe that, you know. But he was a nice guy, but he was a very big skeptic.
Oh,
So we went to the parking, and then he parked his car, and I went out and I took my helmet. You know, we had to have all this gear on just to be able to visit inside of the area. So I took them on and everything, and he was looking for something in the car, but I was faster than him, so I kept on walking towards the gate, and I looked to the right, and inside of the area there was like fences around the whole area. There was this ball again, and I was like, "Here we go again." So I went closer to it, and this time it was smaller, maybe half a centimeter big, but it was blue.
okay.
All right, it was hovering just like a bit above eye level maybe. And so I shouted for Leif. I was like, Leif, come here, like check this out. And he was like, oh, what's up? What's up? And he came there and I said, look, do you see that ball? And he was like, yes, what is that? I was like, that's an alien ship, spaceship. And he was like, are you serious? Like, he was so shocked. And I was like, yes, it's probably like, and I was like, what the, what the fuck? And he just kept on walking. And then I walked after him and we just went to work and did our thing. So it's
And
quite
it didn't
funny
move.
that he
It didn't
saw it.
move.
No, it was standing in air, like still. And that's
Very
also,
close to you. How many meters?
wow, maybe half a meter to the fence and half a meter roughly a bit closer to the fence.
So that
So
must have scared your friend for sure, man.
I'm not sure, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably like, I don't know what they believed, but it was fun that he was the guy who saw it because I was been like, there's so many people who are really interested in these things. So I wonder why he showed at that particular time because it's almost like they know when you're about to be somewhere. It feels planned.
I have an idea. Yes, I have an idea. Look, from what I gather, that lady has a direct communication with you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, so, I think sh- she will be, your way of connecting with whoever, she's either working for somebody or she's part of something, you know what I mean? But, look, I never had anything like that, so it's kind of hard for me to advise you on that, because
Yes. I like your brainstorming. You have experience and like we can all
I've
come with.
heard of stories like that. I have another friend from New Zealand, Australia. Okay, it's one of them. I'm not sure. I think it's Australia, and he's caught a lot of orbs, and he sent me photos of them, and I see the alien inside. You know,
You saw the alien inside of the orb?
it's not the first time I've seen like
Wow. You saw the alien inside of,
dozens of I see the head.
really?
Yeah, small,
Okay.
very small. Because what is theorized is that those orbs, the little ones, they are able to. I think that's one of the reasons why we can see them. During the day, they're very small and they look like, like. Have you heard of the dragons UFOs?
No.
No? Okay, so these dragon UFOs, these are the UFOs from a guy. He's got a channel. What is it called? Casual UFOs, something like that.
Do you
Something
mean
like that.
like only
He's
some
from Miami,
people can see them? Is that your thought?
so he lives near a port in the sea, and every time like there's a lot of helicopters and airplanes that pass there. So he's got a theory, which is right. You have to test it out yourself.
Hmm.
Make a video when you see during the day when you see an airplane passing. Make a video on your phone or your camera, okay? And then watch the video slowly, okay? Like on maybe like 20% speed.
Hmm.
And you will, if you follow the airplane, you will see them crossing the airplane, like playing with them, like they go
Ah,
in front, but very quick.
no,
So you
maybe
need to reduce the speed.
YouTube.
Those are the dragon UFOs, and they look like little saucers. they turn. They don't look like flies because
Yeah.
we've seen the flies. We know how they look like, and birds and stuff. But people, there's so many, man. I'm gonna send you the link of that guy. Look, it's good that you tell me all those stories because I can link them with all the investigation that I've done before, because that's what I've been doing all these years is like uh, watching videos, hearing stories, and testimonies, and that's how I really get the knowledge. Because and then there's many good channels I follow, but there's a lot of dirt as well in the middle.
Mm.
So easily we do learn what is the good and what is the bad, and the bad we just leave it behind
It's
and
quite
we continue
easy
with
to
the
fake
good.
things today, I guess. Like the guy we spoke about who tried to fake the Boogosphere, but the Tic Tac one. I was a
Yes,
bit disappointed.
James.
He was called him. It was really well done. Like I really started to believe in that thing. Like
Okay, this is my brother Andrew. This is his theory.
I
And
do
what I
have,
was saying, sorry, what you
yeah,
have?
I do have another experience actually about
Tell me.
a bigger one. So I'm just going as I'm going. Like so, this was also prior to Northvolt in Skellefteå because I was down in a city called Västerås,
Okay.
and like it was a little commune where they were renting out hotels to employees, and there was a lot of different cultures, like a lot of Chinese people who were living on that hotel with us, like with me and everyone. And
Awesome.
yeah, it was fun. Like it was a
For
little
free?
adventure. No, or uh, via the company, it was free for us, but not for Northvolt. They paid for us, so I didn't have to pay anything. But it's the same thing now. I'm studying to become a mountain engineer, so they via like a insurance um, through the Northvolt, I get my studies paid for a year. So there's a lot of good things with this company. But I was working, and during maybe 9 o'clock or something like that, I heard these big bangs outside. Like it sounded like it was like a war outside. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I opened my door, like, or my window, I mean, my window from the hotel, and I looked out, and there was this big green explosions in the air. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is it New Year's Eve or something? Because I thought it was like rockets, like, or this fireworks going on. So, someone is having a party or something. But I was a bit scared. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And then I put on my television to see if there was something wrong in the like area. And then they came this red stripe with a text that said, people in Westeros in, I don't know exactly what it was called, but let's say it was called Vival or something, are compliant to stay inside because smoke has been detected in the area or something like that. And I was like, what the
Oh
fuck,
my
is really something
gosh.
weird going on outside? It's like, holy shit. So I went again and I looked, and there was this big bangs all the time. And I was like, oh my God, this is really something. So I called my girlfriend. It was also Gunilla I was with. This was half a year before the orb thing.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck? So I called her up, and she answered. She was like, hello, hello, what's going on? And I was like, have you watched the television? She was like, no, what's going on? And I think she might have put on the and she was like, oh, but that's where you live. And I was like, yes, exactly. Do you hear these bangs? like this big bang is outside. She was like, no, but maybe she couldn't hear it from the telephone. And I was like, yes, but it sounds like it's a big war outside. And then I was looking straight ahead, and I was like, and what the fuck is that? And I saw this big, but it was a lot bigger than this orb I saw. This was
Okay.
before, but it was this red orb or like ball, and I thought it was like from a street lantern or a pole or something, but it didn't have any pole to it. So I was like, holy shit! And do you see this? I said, and I tried to flip the phone to capture it with my telephone, but
Yeah.
it froze, so I couldn't do anything. And I was like, fuck, come on. I tried to really show her. So I think I flipped it like this, and I was like, do you see anything? Like she was like, no, what's going on? She still didn't have any clue what what I was doing.
What you were showing.
Yeah. And then when I looked up again, it was gone.
Awesome. That's a nice one.
Yeah. So I was like, what the hell?
You had people there with you, right, when you were working?
And now I saw a guy walking with his hoodie on. It was like a Northvolt employee who wanted to check the things out, as I did, because I didn't really dare to go out because this neighborhood has like a bad reputation of being a bit bad. So I thought maybe someone was shooting outside, so I didn't want to go out. But so I only like looked out, like from a window. But I saw that guy; he was walking. But the other thing, I don't know. But afterwards, they told us that this was um, some gas tubes from Northvolt
Yes.
who had been like bursting or something. So
Oh, interesting.
maybe I can find this video and link it. Can I link it in the chat or something? Because I've seen it afterwards. You can see this like big green bangs in the sky. Uh,
Wow. Yes,
may-
you can put the link if you want.
maybe I can find it. Um, I need to
Do you know the name
exactly.
of the woman?
I don't
Has she
remember
told you her
exactly
name?
what it was called. The area I was living in. I need to check it out first. Wait, North.
The
West.
blue lady, do you know her name?
No, I call her Maya. I don't know why. I think it's because I was looking after all these experiences. I was starting to looking at the show called Gaia, and they were talking about the Mayans or something like that. So for me to remember it, it sounds kind of similar to Gaia. So I call her Maya, but I have no idea. I never had this verbal communication with her. I've only had it telepathically.
And has she told you more things?
So she's been telling me about what I think. Like we go through tests on Earth. So this is like a this is only speculations though because I've never really I've tried to ask her this, but I don't have enough advanced communication with her to really make sure that this is also my own theories into
I
everything.
know.
But
Yeah.
what I believe, and since I was a kid, I think that everything we do on Earth is tracked. So I believe it's sort of like this score system that everyone is getting monitored all the time by very, very advanced technology to make sure that we're um, ready to evolve. After this, like I believe I have another life before this. Because when I was a kid, I had many like childhood plays and what I believe is memories from these things. Like it feels like I remember that I rode an UFO ever since I was a little kid.
Do you know I have a dream since I've been a child? I still remember it. I'm still not sure if I'm inside or not, but it's a dream that there is like a prince or a princess carriage, and I'm meeting my woman is there, you know, like that's not my woman, but uh, it looked like older times, you know, doesn't look like now.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that could have been, you know, those stories that you hear when that you see on the cartoons because the TVs were starting. I'm not sure if it could have been my imagination of that or my previous life because I had that dream so many times, man.
Mm-hmm. Something
I
that's really
remember that
following.
I was like I got fed up of that dream. You know what I mean?
Was it a dream you've had when you fell asleep or a dream that
No, it
you
was every day when I woke up. It was always when I woke up.
you
I
had it
will
many
remember it. Yeah, that's how I
times?
remember it.
I believe this might be something. But I want to mention also about the dream I had about this alien woman. The thing,
Yes, yes, yes.
the reason why I believe it's real is because when I woke up, my eyes were lit with electricity. Like like there was fire, like blue fire flames in my eyeballs. And my fucking nostrils were sounding like I had electricity shot up in my nose.
Still rolling there a little bit.
Yes, it was like laying a long time, so I tried to shake it off, but it didn't go away. And as I mentioned, like Gunilla, she was sleeping next to me with the light on. And she's usually snoring and everything, but she was just like sleeping there, and I had my eyes lit on fire with electricity. Like that
Interesting.
is why I believe it, because otherwise I'd probably just think it was a regular dream. And I believe and I hope for real that you had this experience. We should never lose our senses because, as we spoke about, I believe a lot about the only way to really figure things out is to try everything and go outside what is normal. So I think this is the right way for you to do this. You should trust these things, and because if you feel it, I think you're onto
It
something.
can prove something. It gives you that sense of
Well, I mean, I guess
confirmation.
we have to debate if it's something that we really want to happen or if it's something that really happened.
Yes, because
And it's a hard battle.
human will is very strong, you know that, you know?
Yes,
The
yes,
human will is very strong.
yes. But I think that's the only way is to hope and dream and
Yes,
think.
yes, yes. But you know, you do know that some of these entities or, you know, that are communicating with us, you know, or with you, you know, or with me too, but I don't hear them in the same way, you know, like
Right.
I'm not saying I'm that advanced because I think all of us are different and I think if they want us to know, you know, that they are here, I think there are several types of people. There are people who are more visited than others. Some people like are more curious. But one thing is true, when we start talking about this, they start appearing. Okay,
Yes.
that I'm
Yes,
sure.
we talk about this. Yes. I think they correlate because as a child, like I just wish that people can find their truth, whatever it might be, so everyone can be happy. So, but I think this is like I hope everyone feels special, but I always felt special was when I was a kid. Like I was a bit maybe I don't know, like not as like normal Swede as we used to be. I'm a very social guy. Maybe that's why I felt this. So as you say, as you say, like this hoping and believing and everything could be something very important. Like there's probably a reason why you try to investigate these things. It could be planned.
Yeah, look, I think one of the things that makes me very interested in this is you know, I've always had a dream. I had another dream
Hmm.
that I could float. Okay, so I could kind of fly. Okay,
Hmm.
but this type of flying, how was it? I would jump very high, and then I would become very light, and
Hmm.
so I would kind of float down slowly. Okay, but if I would do those movements of swimming, I could keep up there, okay, for longer. So in my mind, I flew over my house a lot of times when I was younger in my dreams.
Don't they
A
call
lot.
this what is it called? Something with I don't
There
remember
is
what.
something when you're a child that when you're sick, like you have like those night
Astral projection,
terrors.
isn't it that? Projection, right? You had an astral projection event.
I don't know what it was, but I remember when I was sick, I would l- float to the ceiling and I would sometimes, I'm not sure if I would see myself in bed, but I don't think so. I felt like I floated sometimes, in my mind, maybe.
Could
Maybe
you
I,
see
that was,
yourself from up there, or you just felt that you were going up?
I think I looked down, actually. I think I looked down, but I'm not sure if I was facing up and then I couldn't look down. I'm not 100% sure, but so many times. And then I had that dream that I was flying during the day. I would go up the tree and then I would jump and then I would kind of think to keep like the birds, So maybe I was a bird before as well. I'm not sure,
Maybe.
but I had that dream a lot
All right.
as well. More maybe more often than the one with the carriage and the princess. Maybe I don't know, but that
I'm
was
like
one
I'm
of the dreams
so
I had.
as a kid, I always believed in like the Buddhist about the reincarnation thing, and now when I had all these experiences, like it feels confirmed because I can't be the only guy who been somewhere else. Like I can't be.
Yeah, you told me that you flew already with in a craft, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
tell me more about that story.
wow, like this is something I debate myself very much because I really want it to be true, but I can't really prove it. It's just a feeling I've had since I was a kid that I've been into like the military, the working with like I don't know, like technological things with UFOs. Like I
But when you
remember
say military,
strongest like visionary thought about it is that it feels like I remember how it looks inside of an UFO, and what I was doing. So, like how I believe it, I'm not sure, but it felt like I was very irritating about going very long distances.
You
And
didn't like the long distances.
I was eating like, as I now think, like maybe if this is true, I was eating a lot of medication for it. And I was really irritating about taking these medications because I didn't like them.
Okay.
So the only way to really like be occupied with things in space is to be by yourself trying to figure things out that you have to figure out. Then I guess like really boring, like what I believe, like it takes a month to go to one place to the other.
And do you remember just traveling, or do you remember arriving
I remember
somewhere?
what I believe is, like I remember what they were doing to my ship and how it was constructed, because they have these gases that they shoot in tubes uh,
Okay.
to cool the whole motor, because it gets extremely hot. So
Okay.
I have to cool it with like what I now believe is like lighter molecules. It's a way of what I believe, like maybe calm down the energy
The
from
flame, yeah.
the flame somehow. And these things, they burn up. So people have to really work on like the tubes and everything afterwards. I mean, this is just speculations. I haven't seen this. This is just my thoughts. So as you say, we might have to really believe this thing.
What kind of technology do you think they're using?
Well,
Okay, let's just say to keep the crafts in the air,
so
because it's too much of talking about the orbs. You know, the orbs is a little bit
it's too advanced for a human being to write.
portals,
Like,
shrinking
I don't even know this.
technology, cloaking technology.
They have everything. Like the aliens have everything, I think. But the what I believe the future humans who are riding these UFOs. Like I wish I can maybe if
You
I
think the future humans are riding the UFOs?
yes,
What, people that come from the future?
yes,
Okay, that's interesting. I understand that.
because in the future when people are able to move through the future, that can cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, because imagine if you're from the future and you have abilities to go to the past. Imagine anybody going to the past to live something there or meet their selves, for example.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that you can change the future by killing yourself or whatever, you know what I mean? Like those movie things, but I think if you're able to go there, you know, I don't know if you can come back. I don't know.
I try
Because
to figure it
time
because I'm
is a
convinced
weird
about
thing,
the
man.
future, because I hear things that's gonna happen and they happen. Like I have a lot of stories about that, but we don't need to go into detail. But for me,
Tell me a little bit about that.
okay, so I
I
used
do have some thoughts as well that
like me
sometimes
that the thing I talk
could go
about.
true.
When I talked about this flood in America and everything, they told me about the
Yes.
fires in LA, like a half a year before it happened. They
Okay.
like so one time I heard also a woman voice, but it doesn't sound like the same with that blue alien. I'm not sure. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Or maybe she wasn't angry.
Maybe I have no clue, but it was a woman voice who told me, as I do remember, I think that I had this little fling with girl called Celia at my work, and we were like little bit flirty with each other. And I was a bit pouty because she'd been dissing me a little bit because she was inside my place where I was working in Northvolt as an engineer, also from Spain actually.
Okay.
Um, and so I was really hoping that we could like meet and talk a little bit. And when I had this thought, I hear this voice saying me, "But soon you're gonna meet her inside of the we call it the TAL. It's a middle room to uh, make particles not entering the clean and dry room."
Okay.
Put on our suits in there and put on like a hairnet. And every fucking day we had to wear this mask. So our like
You
airflow was
wouldn't recognize her.
I would have recognized her. I think like you can hear her voice and everything, but not like that maybe. But she told me that I was going to meet her in the TAL, and that I was going to take off my hairnet, and then I was going to complain about how ugly hair I had, and that she would start laughing, and that both of us were gonna cry. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would I start crying? Like when I meet her in the TAL, this makes no sense. And then a couple of weeks after that, Northvolt went bankrupt. I was like, oh fuck, here we go. I have to lose my job. I have to start studying and everything, and this sucks. And then all of a sudden it happened. So because you barely meet guys there, like people are flying everywhere. It's well, I met her 2 or 3 times in that room, but so she came in, and I was standing by my mirror, and I took off my hairnet, and I was like, oh shit. And then she came in, and then I was embarrassed because I get these kind of things, but I had longer hair then. So I told her, like, I was like, oh shit, like these hairnets, they demand a short haircut. I told her, and she was laughing a little bit. I was like, what the hell, this is actually happening. And maybe we were a little bit blush or anything, like, and
And the
we
tear
started
fell.
later on, because I started asking her. I was like, so what are you gonna do now, because she's from Spain. um so she had to move back. So she said, yeah, well, I have to move back and everything, it sucks. Like, she was very sad about leaving Northvolt and everything. And it kind of felt like if we had a little breakup or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because-
because you're having to return. Yes.
yeah. So she looked very sad, and I got a bit like afraid. So we kind of said goodbye and everything. Oh, well, this was nice and everything. So I went out when I had taken off my clothes, and I looked inside, and she was crying. So I started crying because she was crying. And I was like, what the fuck? This is actually happening. Like, this is actually exactly how
Wow.
you told me.
Wow, man. That's like some incredible details,
Right,
like
right. It's like ding, ding, everything. So then I was convinced, like, okay, there's some guys from the future talking with me in my brain.
wow, man. Yeah.
So I was both happy and not happy, because I mean I was sad she had to leave, but I was still happy about that thing, because I was like, what the fuck, this is really cool. So I mean, it
I,
was
I haven't I haven't had like that. I haven't seen like as detailed things, but it has happened to me.
I wish like maybe
I
after
don't
this
remember actually
listening
now,
to
but
us,
it has
you're
happened
gonna
to
give
me.
us
I do
hope.
remember getting something so right, but thinking of it and then happening like days after.
Yes.
But I think that's a little bit of my investigative brain that sometimes is just it just goes into too much detail and that's
Yeah.
how sometimes it happens, but like that, no, not like. Do you have more stories like that?
I'm trying to think. Like, it's
But
actually
that's a freaking good one. That you don't need more than that, I think.
right, right. That's like, if you, I really, really hope that you all
Trying to
guys
think.
who are into these things get these experiences, because it's mind-boggling. It's something that really reshapes reality.
Yeah, me too, UK medical.
Are they talking
Like
about dreams?
goat.
Like,
Sorry?
they, I've also had dreams, and they were also like I was dreaming about Northvolt before I started working there. Actually, and it looked very similar to that place. So when I got there, I was amazed. I was like, "Wow, I think I've had this dream before." So maybe all these dreams we have is actually something else. Like,
It does look like dreams have a big influence
maybe.
on what we do, right?
Yes, I
Like more
guess
philosophically and things like that.
we don't know. We don't really know what it is because we're not like awake. We don't know why we're dreaming or why we have these things.
Yeah.
Like
I
afterwards, I've been thinking so much, and I think like my was someone who showed this picture of the universe, and then you can see the picture of like a placenta or a brain, for instance, and they kind of look the same. So imagine like we're in this big space that is like a brain. So all the energy that is going somewhere is going to someone else. So maybe we're just synapses in space who send each other energy. Like, so
yeah,
maybe
I know what you
when
mean.
we fall asleep, we're connected to this big brain.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes.
that's my thought about it. Actually, I think we're all
I know
connected
what you mean.
to a lot of things that we don't know how much. It's actually very much, I guess.
I think, the brain has a big connection with the universe, right? There is something there.
Yes.
And our eyes, our senses, everything.
Yes, we only have a small portion of it. Like our brains are a bit closed, maybe, and maybe like I've been afraid of because like maybe drugs and things like that. They talk about. I never taken any big substances or anything, but they talk about this shattering of the filters, right?
Okay.
So maybe our filters are protecting us from this overload of all these things.
Information, knowledge,
Maybe,
yes.
but I'm not a big advocate for drugs, especially not trying to figure these things out because
Yes.
it's hard to tell if it's the drug or if it's you know it's hard to be analytical. I'm not forcing anyone to not do what they want. Like if people want to experiment, they should.
Yeah, I like to try things, but not abuse them and like start taking mushrooms now, like
All right.
because mushrooms is a little bit of a poison, you know what I mean? Like
Right. Okay.
the magic mushrooms, not the normal ones.
How is it a poison? Like,
It is poisonous, like they
for
have
the liver?
toxin that kill us.
Ah, the
Yeah.
body
So,
essentially.
so they're called poisonous mushrooms.
Still, people
But
want to take them because they get a good experience.
the magic ones, they're not as poisonous to the body and they go more to the brain, but you still get sick of them. This
Physically.
is my brother Raymond. He's a very good friend. But have you taken any like those shamanic drugs and
No, I've smoking weed. That's
okay,
like
yeah, but
I
weed,
think that's
I
or
don't think it
hash
makes
or
me, like see aliens and stuff like that.
really never
Unless
happened.
you're watching an alien movie, then you will watch a
Then
lot
you
of aliens.
will okay. So it's not the
But you
right
know what I
movie
mean? Like
for an alien.
the those herbs that make you pass out and dream, you know, the
Is it that ayahuasca?
ayahuasca,
Okay.
stuff like that. DMT.
Uh-huh.
You never taken those.
No, never.
Okay,
I'm a bit
that's a more
afraid
the
because
Latin drug.
I'm a bit sensitive guy. Like when I get hungover, I feel horrible for a week. Like
Yes, me too.
if I
Yeah,
take that,
I
then I
got sick of mushrooms, man, once. They didn't give me anything. I just got high because I was also smoking. It
okay.
was in England.
Mhm.
And there was once that I had some mushrooms and I I um I had a tea, an English tea with mushrooms, and I tell you, man, I was playing football for like half an hour on the kitchen, like
Okay.
trying to do the touches with the foot so the ball goes up and down, you know, like the footballers do, the professionals, but they do it like for half an hour and we can barely do 10 touches.
Yeah, I've tried it. I'm not like I'm into badminton, so
Yeah,
I could do maybe 6 or 7. That's max.
yeah, like
I'm
me
just
exactly, but but
more.
I,
I'm
I
more.
was like for half an hour doing that and sweating and getting all crazy.
Spain.
It
You're
was
really good country for football, like soccer. You're like insane.
in England it's very cold as well and rainy, so
Uh huh.
okay, let me ask, do you have anything else to add for that, or can I ask you a question?
Well, not right now. I don't think. No.
I want to go back to the woman, okay? You
Okay.
told me that you had more contacts with her, more messages. Is was that message that you got from the Spanish girl from her as well?
Like
Or
what?
you're not sure, or was it your
I'm
own
not sure.
voice, or
I'm not
you're
sure.
not sure? Okay.
No,
Okay.
because I think the times I can really connect and trust that this is communication
Yeah.
is often when I see. I don't even have to have my eyes closed. I see her face, like in my mind when she talks with me.
Wow. Look,
So
man, please send me the photo, okay, of that woman from Star Wars, okay?
maybe
Afterward.
I could link it in the chat there if you want to
Okay, let's do it now.
see if I can find. It's a. I mean,
You're just talking about her face, right? The rest you don't recall. You
here.
didn't know if she was on a suit. You didn't
Well,
see her legs.
it's a little bit like this picture. Let's see if I can't. How do I? Wait, image file. Let's see.
Okay, you can show it. I can show it in my thing. Let me see. But I don't know if you can use it.
Let's see if I can.
So you can share the screen, but I think you can only share the
Ah,
screen on your computer.
all right.
And it will appear here on my side, something to share screen, and I will press on it when you have it.
Is this the ah? Is this one?
Let's see if it works.
Can you see
Okay,
anything?
here it is.
Maybe
Awesome.
a little bit like her, but like the color of her neck, but in the face.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking.
But
That's the
also
lady
this.
from the politics,
Well,
the commissioner or I think she dies, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm
It's
not
just
sure
like
either.
to find something that looks a bit like her.
Okay.
She doesn't
She's
have
blue
these
as well.
things. Yeah, she's blue in the face, and she has more backhead. She's has a
Okay,
bigger.
bigger head. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you
and
you
not that
don't
many neck
remember
either. I
her
don't.
arms, her neck?
I can't tell. It's more the
Okay.
face. I've
More the face. Yeah, you just it's normal. We want to look into the
kind of
eyes.
like that. Like
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
yeah, It's very scary because maybe I can
Yeah.
find that picture. Like it's almost like I don't want this to be, but she looks exactly like this, almost like or exactly, but more like this. Is it the? I've been trying to learn about this afterwards. Do you see my screen now?
Oh yes.
It's more like that.
Arturian. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, like that, but that blue color.
Darker.
Yes.
The eyes. Oh my god, that's freaking. Look, they almost look. That one there almost looks like it's
Real,
like a
right?
magician or
It's
you
like how
know.
did they even Photoshop? It's probably Photoshop, but there you see this light colored. That's very similar to her,
Oh,
but
interesting.
it's more blue, like a dark blue.
And the face is more skinny rather than bulky. The head is bigger than the face.
Well, it's like
Yeah, like it's elongated a little bit.
yes, because the other one seems a lot skinnier, right? So it's more,
How tall, if you remember?
I think, like over 3 meters, 3.5 meters,
Okay.
super tall. Like when you walk next to her, you're not even up her to her waist.
Wow.
Like she's super tall. Because I believe like I was I'm very careful about these things because I only want to bring up everything I'm certain about because I don't want to feel sound weird because I want people to really understand this is a real thing. But I do believe I have memories meeting her as well.
Okay, the other one, the one that looked you in the eyes, do you think he's more of a worker? How did he look? Tell me, is it similar to her or more like the Greys or was it shorter? Tell me if you remember that. It's just
Uh,
important for me, okay?
that's just the face of her.
Okay.
Like when I
A
hear her
little bit
voice,
like her, but a
when I hear
male.
like when I was a kid, I used to have these bad thoughts. Like when because I had a sister, I have a twin sister,
Yes?
and I also have a twin dad. But they're similar twins, and my sister is we're two eggs, so you can't be a similar twin if you had the opposite gender.
Okay.
So because
My
this is
dad is
also
also a twin. Did you know that? With his
really
sister. He's
that's
got a
interesting.
twin sister.
Yeah, so I have my theories about these things because they try to copy people. That's it, my theories. Because my mom she couldn't get a kid when she was trying to have me and Lisa and my sister.
Okay.
So that's why I'm a twin because they did an insemination, and when they do that, they put many eggs inside of the womb, so it's a bigger chance that it becomes twins because they try to increase the
Yes.
odds of them having kids, and that's why I think I'm connected in that way. Because and that's why I think I have a dad who is a similar twin, because they have to align the genes to make sure that the right person they want to get.
Okay.
That's my
Well,
theories.
that's very interesting, Sister
Yes,
Susie.
because that's almost what I believe with this dream, that they actually transferred the soul to another body. Because I was
Oh,
laying in.
when you're born, they transfer the soul to the egg. That's what you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
or like I guess it's to the egg. I don't know when or how, but what I
Do you
mean with it,
think that's a
if I was
natural
actually there.
process of the woman, or do you think there is, it's difficult to be there for
Well, like
everybody, right?
how could I move through the roof? How could they move me? Like I'm not sure about it. Maybe they can transfer people through walls and everything. They have all this type of technology. So, but
Yes, they have to either dematerialize you or
Right.
create like a string of like a bubble,
Mm-hmm.
elongated bubble, so it can catch you and connect you to where you want to go. You know, like the light beam, you know, the beams that they use to teleport themselves when the craft is in the air and they abduct animals or whatever. It's through that beam, you know. Have you seen the videos of that?
No, what's
Do you
that?
believe that?
Well, I haven't seen the videos, but I'm open to whatever after this one. I
Yeah.
wouldn't get surprised.
There is a case
It's
from a
logical.
woman from New York. She 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 passed away a few days ago.
What?
It's an Italian lady from New York, and
Okay.
she was abducted from her apartment through a light beam, and there was somebody from the United Nations that looked to the sky and saw her on a beam
Okay.
going
All
towards
right.
like a cloud or something.
Wow. So they could time it with her experience, and they could prove it from another
Yeah,
angle.
and
Wow.
what's her name? I'm not remembering her name now, but it's if you write UFO abduction New York, it will appear her. It's one of her. She's one of the cases, I think. She's like the biggest case,
All
and
right.
uh, and then she's got a lot of stories that
Wow.
she got pregnant, and I'm not sure, but she
All
says
right.
she contact with them.
Okay.
It's a
So I
bit
want.
hard, right? Because they never leave us evidence. You know, they don't want us to have the proof.
Yes. This is why I believe it's a test. Because if they were to tell you about it, people would start trying to act differently than they would normally.
Yeah, and they would try and maybe not fake the test, but how do you say
Right.
copy? You know, how do you say it?
Maybe. Like
Like
what?
they wouldn't follow the test. You know what I mean? Because remember, we are already being tested by society. You know, with working, paying the bills. You know,
Right.
uh,
Like why
uh,
is there so many
dividing everything, and
shit everywhere? Like it's so strange. Like if
yeah,
someone, what I believe, like I've always tried to figure out why people have why it's so little food accessible for everyone. Like if I were like an alien and I wanted to create a planet where everyone's gonna be happy, I'd make everything in excess. Like 1,000 banana trees everywhere. Like, but why is it always so? Why are we
that
fighting?
happens in Africa. Okay, and maybe Grand Canary, they plant trees everywhere, but where
Yeah.
it's cold, it's harder, right,
Okay.
to grow things. And
Right.
like imagine in the ice, where can you grow things? You have to either, you know, have a cover to get the temperatures. That's why people maybe in the north they ate more fish and meat, you know,
Yeah.
because
Um.
the vegetables grow in the summer, you know.
Yes. Yes. So I guess we have to store things a lot.
Yes, yes. In the north, yes, you have to store much more
Yeah. Yeah. So
for
we
the
have to be
winter.
like careful with how much we spend, or maybe I'm not sure about, but I do believe that that's why. But what I also believe why technology is advancing is also because in different places there's so many people trying to compete with each other.
Yes, yes.
For instance,
Competition is good if it's healthy, you know?
well, but that's the thing I don't believe is very good because when this is just my experience throughout life, like comparing the place I'm living at, a very small like village, who has it very good. Like we don't have any poor people here
No?
because no, It barely exists, and we almost have no crimes and this and that. And I do
Well,
believe
you know that Sweden has a lot of immigration and mafia, I heard.
I've heard it's increasing, and that's why
It's
there's a
in the
lot of people.
cities, right? It's in the city.
Yeah, I mean it's even moving up north now, and I'm not a naysayer and I'm not a yes sayer. Like I believe it's both because, for
They're
instance,
moving
for
north,
North
okay.
there was so many people who had to move back, for instance, so they kind of lied to them. Like they give them this sense of everything is gonna sort out for them, and then they have to go back. So
Yeah,
that
because
that's not very good for them. I mean, they didn't really get that much help. They had to go back, and then they had a lot of issues. But I mean, it's a good thing for them as well to have the opportunity to move to another place. I mean, as long as
yeah,
people who come here are good, then I'm fine
exactly.
with it. But you can never tell for sure. There's a lot of mafias and bad people around the world.
Yeah, but I have a friend, a Norwegian friend. He's a little bit of a skeptic. His name is Sidvich. He's probably lurking.
Okay.
He loves the PlayStation and he's a nice guy. Either way, he tells me that they're in the town center of some towns. There's already shootings and stuff like that happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's strange because they shouldn't behave like this
And
because they're
it's not shooting with a gun. It's with automatic guns. You know, it's
what? Okay.
not a joke.
Wow.
It's like Germany is like Frankfurt and things like that. It's completely lost. Have you heard of that?
Well, I'm not really
Like some
into.
areas of Germany, they are ruled by mafia.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not
like
that
they
much
say,
into.
it smells weed everywhere.
Okay.
But it's been legalized there, I think. So that's why they say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They love to party as well.
Right. Huh.
Hello, Glenn. Awesome, brother. Tell me more. Do you have any more? Is there any messages she sent you um, to tell others?
No. No, unfortunately not. I wish I had something like that, but the one time I contacted you now was about that flood because I hear the
Yes.
noises, the humming from the what I believe is the UFOs, and then I can hear them speaking telepathically with me. So
Oh, so
he
you receive like the humming. You hear the humming first, and then
exactly.
you kind of think, okay, there's coming a message, and then it arrives.
Yes. I mean, I hear
Wow.
them quite a lot, but it's often when I'm like going to
Like,
sleep.
have you heard it today? No.
No, no, I have not. No.
Either way, if you hear it, let me know, okay? Either
Yes,
way, brother, we are almost at 2 hours. We don't
yes,
have to end it now. Is there anything else, any other story you remember? Because I tell you, you have quite a lot of stories, brother.
yes. There's many.
You have a lot. Do you have any other that you remembered or?
No, not right now. No, I think
Okay.
that's about it. I guess.
So let me ask you some questions, okay? Have you seen the typical saucer metallic one? You told me you saw the craft on the balcony. How did it look like? Was it a saucer?
No, it looked like it had wing shaped like this, and then it
Okay,
had
it had
like a
some little wings,
pointy.
okay?
It had wings like this, and it was orange underneath it, and it had a more pointy like shape to it.
And it was no, it was only the humming.
I
Uh,
didn't hear the humming then. There was
oh,
completely
then you
silent.
didn't.
No,
So did you felt the tingling then as well or not?
no tingling then.
Oh my God.
This is
I'm
started
going to think. So
later
it
on.
looked a little bit like a small airplane, not a small airplane, but you know
Yes,
those RC airplanes?
maybe like a drone or something, but not a drone.
Yes,
Like it looked
yes.
like a drone, but a small airplane.
And it didn't do the noise as a drone, and it
Not
looked
at all. No,
bigger than a drone.
it moved, so that's why I've seen it one time before as well. I think, but it was bigger, but it had the same shape. That was this is now I remember, but it was also when I was taking a driver's license lessons in Arvidsjaur, it's called.
Okay.
So I was out in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep. So then I saw this shape moving fast, like
Interesting.
by me, but it was bigger.
And no
It
noise
was
at all
in,
then.
also when I was in Northvolt, I also saw these small ships. So as I went out walking, they were following me like this. There was one little tiny one inside of the clean and dry room area. It looked like it had four little like propeller round things on it, but it was
On the
maybe like
on the lower part?
in the edges of it,
Okay.
and it was moving like this,
Interesting.
and then it went away. I have quite good eyesight, so I think I might have seen that one. But when I was outside walking, I also think I saw one following me like this. And I'm very thorough seeing like if there's a mosquito or anything, but it doesn't look like that. So
Wow,
I think this,
man.
this is why I don't bring it up because it's something I'm not really sure about.
I tell you, man, that is not something that I've seen. I never seen anything like that. So for them to have showing themselves to you, it does give some hints, you know?
Yes.
One thing is true. I know that in the north, there's a lot of ice and cold, and that's they
Yes.
are
A lot
able
of
to
reindeers and moose.
hide. They're able to hide.
Maybe that's why. Never.
Do you think that they live in another dimension and they just come here to mess with us, either good or bad?
When I saw that orb moving like that, I started to think like maybe they like we're moving in and out of another dimension. But the others, like I do believe it's both like humans and aliens. And the future humans have less advanced technology than the aliens.
But do you think they're working together? No,
Mm, I would presume, but I'm not sure.
because they never appeared. You know, you only have that
The,
experience
I mean, after
when you were
that
on the craft.
like that dream I had,
Yes.
there was a human being and an alien, and me.
Ah, okay, I
So
remember now. Yes.
of course there should be some sort of connection between us.
Hmm. Do you remember anything about that human? Was it with wearing a white, like a doctor?
It looked like
Was
a
it
space
wearing a uniform?
orange. He had like
Okay,
a,
that's the
I
orange.
think it was like I'm not sure if it was black or white, but it looked like he had like a collar around his neck. But he looked like his eyebrows were up in his forehead because he was so shocked seeing me laying there. Like he was really like staring at me with big eyes. So I was like,
Okay.
that's the most thing I was shocked about, that he looked so amazed.
Okay, I'm looking at the sky right now. There's the moon over there. There's some stars. Okay, but it looks calm. Nothing is moving. Okay, so you're gonna get the compass to test out
You should maybe
that
try it.
experience.
Maybe
Okay.
it fucks up the pole or something, the magnetism.
Nick, I want you to research on this as well. Do you remember the link I sent you of the guy about the solar weather?
Yes, yes. I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't check it that much.
Okay,
I
so
read a little bit and then I got a grasp of it, but I was a bit in a hurry because I had to fix my Christmas presents.
okay, okay, so this guy, he has a theory that on 2040, it's not only his theory, it's many people that he works with, like
Okay.
archaeologists. He works with all sorts of people, like investigators, and he's predicting in 2040, around that time, he says that this flood that's going to happen is due to the tilting of the earth, okay?
Uh-huh.
That
You said,
happens due to the sun, and maybe it's a cyclical thing. Maybe it could be Nibiru passing near us, you know, causing us to tilt.
yeah.
Remember, I do think that this flooding and polar ages and ice age and stuff like that, that happens all around the world. It's like a recycling way that our planet has. Like every X thousand years, there is almost like a cleanup, like
Uh-huh.
a civilization cleanup. In
Maybe.
what sense? In the sense that many people die, okay, from flooding and the big wave. I think it's pretty mainly the big wave, they say.
Hmm.
But they also talk about a big electromagnetic storm before the wave comes, okay?
Hmm.
And he's asking people to go on his survival courses.
Hmm. What's the guy's name?
So his name is Ben, but it's the channel that I send you the link, the weather
Uh,
news, something like that.
but
Solar weather news, something like that. I'll send you again if you don't, if I don't find it there. And
it's
he
horrible if
tells us,
it's true. Holy shit.
he tells some evidence. He talks about some mammoths that were found in the Arctic, in the north,
Hmm.
in Russia, and some of them, they have undigested food in their stomachs, which means that it was a quick process. You know what I mean? They frozen alive while they were eating. So there's also evidence that there is no seashells above 2 or 3,000 meters height. So he's telling people to, you know, when these storms start happening, it's time you either build like an ark in your garden, and then when the wave, it's not going to be a big wave apparently it's like the sea level raising because the water is being displaced.
Hmm.
He tells to go to above 3,000 meters, but here in Portugal there's only 2,000 and a half maybe. He says it's all right as long as we have like a boat in our garden, so when the seas start going up you can go inside it and then go with the flow, and then wherever you stop it will be, like better weather, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then he talks that there's going to be a lot of people killing each other, to stay alive. So you need to be protected. You need to have silver because silver cures bacterial infections. Have you known that?
I've heard about it.
Yeah. So he tells us to keep some silver with us. Um, he gives a full course. He wants us to go there. I was thinking if my relationship with them goes good, I was maybe trying to get him to come here sometime and make a course here, you know.
Okay.
But I would need people interested, I wouldn't do that just for me, like I maybe if he had people in Spain or in Europe, I would ask him to come here and then he could get the people because his channel is like 500,000 already almost, he's a huge channel already. So please research on that, Nicholas.
I'll definitely check it out.
So, look, just the fact that we're talking, maybe you will get something. And I would like to know if you get any answers or any advice, whatever.
I hope I can find something good. Like the thing about those future events and everything. If I could type something in the group or anything, and it happens, then people are gonna be quite amazed because that's
Look, if you tell me, I will try to, you know, spread it out,
that would be super
but
cool.
always with that, second thought that it it could be a hunch sometimes, it could be a message, you know what I mean? So we're just investigating really. We're not trying to
Yes.
alarm anyone. Look, just if I ever have a house in the mountain, I won't, you know, I won't, I will have it to go and relax sometimes and for a holiday and things like that. But but I won't like I won't be like my main focus will not be to survive that cataclysm. I want to live life. But if there is the opportunity of owning something in the mountain, I won't say no. You know what I mean?
I mean, if it's something bad's gonna happen and we find out, it's a good thing that we find out in case.
Mm.
Yeah. So if I
Many
find
people
something,
won't believe.
I
Most
mean,
people won't
I have to
believe.
take shots. Like for instance, with this thing that when I heard this voice, I mean, I can only
Yep.
guess. Like I was only guessing because it was this vibrant voice, and I was like, okay, this is
And
probably
female, and you
no, this
know,
was the male voice.
oh,
So
the
I was like,
male.
this
You also had a
is
male
probably,
voice. Okay.
yeah. So I was like, this is probably, hopefully, or not hopefully, because people get hurt, but hopefully gonna happen then, so I can prove it. But I mean, it's a horrible event anyway. But
The
uh,
flooding.
maybe I might second guess myself sometime if I think I've heard a voice, but I'm gonna pick my things when I really
But
think it.
this voice, the male voice, what was the story he said?
Like it sounds like one people or like English talking, like Brit.
Okay. Okay.
He has this like British accent.
Accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, oh shit, that's gonna happen. Okay. So I had and I reminded myself, oh John, he does this, like he likes this thing. So I wanted to show you because I know you're an enthusiast and I really want to give people this interesting things.
Yes, man. Look, these gifts, I see them as gifts, okay?
All right. Here
Other
is my
people
I
may
found it.
see them as other things, not as good, but I do see them as good as long as you use them for good. You know what I mean? To warn them. Because, Nicholas, what's happening with you, I can associate it with some mediums from Fatima. Do you know Fatima here in Portugal?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't
In
know.
in No, there was a big in the 1912. There was a big miracle. Look, I'm watching a star now. maybe the branches of the trees. Yes, it's the branches. So there was a big UFO sighting and miracles happened.
All right.
And there was a lady dressed in white with a dress above her knees, a white dress. And she had like a cloud, a platform where she came from the sky towards
Okay.
the top of a tree. Okay?
Mhm.
Only these three children could see her.
Okay.
The oldest girl could see her, hear her.
Mhm.
The 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 youngest boy, he could only see her, and the middle girl, I think she could only see her as well. Okay? So the only one that could communicate was the older one. And she had an orb in her hand with spikes. Have you ever seen that anywhere?
No. Yes,
Like a
I have.
orb with spikes.
This is the thing I also haven't. Yes, you know, I
Okay, tell me. We
like
continue after.
yes, like you know, I had these memories that I've met this blue alien before.
Yeah.
So I have this vague memory that I've been walking next to her, and that she was super tall because my head was to her waist almost,
Okay.
and we were walking like it looked uh, like a rocks. How should you say
Pebbles of rocks in the ground?
no, but you know, like some people they like to make beautiful places near beaches, so they put these kind of thin rocks
Yes.
like steps, but it's like kind of flat.
I know. I had that in my grandmother's pathways.
Okay. Yeah,
Small
so
rocks, right? All different
kind of
colors.
like this walk way of those, and
Yeah,
then
I love that.
left
I love that.
there was like a forest inside of a glass window, like it was looked like a very very big terrarium.
Wow.
So, and she told me about her favorite species or her favorite animals, and there were these little birds inside of this terrarium that she pointed at, and she
Okay.
really liked them. And there was in the like corner of this terrarium, there was this like blue light ball, and this blue light ball emitted light to the trees and like the terrarium. So it's kind of
Like it was feeding the trees
yes,
with
but
the light.
it wasn't like normal light that goes everywhere. It had a direction. So the
It
half
had
of
a beam. It had a beam and a wave. Okay.
yes, so half of the terrarium were kind of dull, but this hovering in the air gave light to some places inside of the terrarium.
Wow.
And I thought that was so cool because I
Interesting.
was like, "What the fuck?" Like that's very like
Beautiful.
they can
Blue light?
I'm not sure, but that one was blue. But
There
the
was
other light was more like normal light, just like a regular lamp, but it was steered. So it had,
wow, man.
yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
if this is real, then I'm like, that's a cool technology.
And how did you get there?
No idea.
You just remember
This is
you
just like
started remembering when you were walking with her there, or you remember going leaving your room and all
so
of that.
this was just something that I started remembering, but I've had
Okay.
one more instance
Memories.
that like this is also something you know I talk about being beamed on the head and everything.
Yes.
It makes me kind of dimmed, like kind of stupid. But sometimes I
Okay.
become very awake, and I also feel this sensation of things like some. It feels like someone putting a needle inside of me, and all of a sudden my heart starts beating, and I get warm, and I start sweating, and all these things.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
certain times in my life, these things have happened. And one time, is it the real Bob Lazar? No,
Yep.
it's
He's
a
my
real Bob.
friend. You didn't know that?
Ah, that's perfect. Really?
But he lives in Spain. This Bob Lazar lives in Spain.
Ah, okay. So okay, but it's an enthusiast at least. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I wish to talk to Bob Lazar someday.
Look, man, I have to thank you for being here, Nico, because
Thank you.
I I never had anyone with those interesting experiences. Like, I think it's like we have a lot of different experiences here of people that I've interviewed,
Yeah,
like UFOs and things like that. But it's all like, we don't get that
detail.
deep because it's like we said, it's a little bit woo,
Yes.
but we do make connections with the reality of things, with advanced technologies and the possibility of opening a portal to another dimension to hide yourself, cloaking technologies, the beams of light technology, which I've done several stories of beams of light, which at the end they have some tentacles like that, and they all have individual lights. And if you get close, it will push you and it will take you, towards the ship,
That's how they draw you in, like physically.
the beams.
The beams. It's all like lasers and stuff. I've seen, heard people use like seen those green beams directed to cars and things like that.
Yes, I've seen videos of that. A lot, most of the stuff we see is faked, but
Maybe.
a lot of it is true, and the faked ones are like reconstructions to, like to try and reconstruct what happened.
Yeah.
So sometimes it could be just to make money, which happens a lot, but many times it's a reconstruction of an experience, or it's true as well, you know?
I mean, there's like when it's so many cases, we could guess that
Yes.
thing is probably true, right? Like,
Look, look, I've been part of some groups of ufology, like more skeptical groups and individuals, more individuals. And there is one which I love him very much. He's called Stephen Camion.
okay,
He's got a big channel now, he does a lot of work. But he has one saying that he says that everybody's copying from previous cases, and I don't buy that, you know. It
yeah,
it can't be.
that's why I contacted you because you seem like a guy who
Many
has
people don't believe you.
because you want to talk with someone who actually believes your story because
It's the belief, but it's the knowing, you know what I mean?
experience
Like
as well.
I I I do not know for my own experiences, but I don't know if I told you, my friend, 2013, his wife was in the balcony of his apartment. She wasn't pregnant yet, and two metallic saucers, 3 meters each, passed on top of them, like 20 meters above their heads. And he wears glasses, and he said that it was full moon, and the moon glinted on the UFO and glinted on his glasses, okay? When
Ah,
he
okay.
looked up,
All right. So the UFO was almost toying with him a little bit, probably.
Look, from what he told me, it had been moving slowly from the back, passed over him, and when the light of the moon reflected on the UFOs and glinted on his glasses, he saw them.
Ah,
Now that we've talked, I'm kind of thinking that could he have been struck by a beam? Just by being underneath it.
The thing I
Because remember, they're watching us through video or whatever. So, those scopes, they need the IR light to throw the light off. So these crafts, they have the IR light. You know what I mean? Because I have another friend that he videotaped with one of those psionics cameras the beam passing on the trees where he was above. It was crazy, man. I have to show it. It's from uh, um, my brother, 18 Wheels. He drives a truck in America. So he does have a lot of contact with triangle crafts. He has caught them in his camera of his truck. Have you seen any triangular?
I've never
The
seen.
craft you're talking does look triangular because it has wings.
ah,
That orange one with wings.
Yeah, that one had
It
two wings.
looks a bit
Oh,
triangular,
like
right?
the
Because of
the right side of it, because it
did it
was
have any lights? No, only
yes
the orange light in the middle.
orange, like a long strip.
Oh, the whole craft, like the middle cigar part, right? It
Exactly.
was like a cigar shape with the
Exactly.
wings, right?
Yes, because there was no light on the wings. They were black, but I could see
And
the wing because the orange light was giving, I guess, then like
a
light.
little luminosity.
Yeah,
But the wings were like, would you say metallic or?
I can't tell because it was so black.
Okay,
I
it was
could,
all black.
I
Okay,
could only see the black shape of it and then the orange light underneath it.
in the middle. Okay.
But it's interesting because now we become a bit woo again,
What's
but
the size of it? Sorry, asking again.
fine. It must have been maybe 1.5 meter, maybe
Okay.
not much bigger than
Oh,
this.
that's not sure. It's big then. It's a big. 1.5 meters
I mean, I
is
wouldn't
not a
believe
dwarf anymore.
a human being could fit in it at least.
Oh, do you think so?
I don't think so. No,
No,
no.
no, that looks more like a scout.
Right. It's like that's a drone. Maybe they send it
Yeah,
out.
I was thinking that one there. Do you think it could be advanced military technology?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I wanna go woo a little bit. Is that fine?
Just before you go, Woo, you told me a story about military, right?
Yes.
Did you tell me that offline or online? I don't think we were online. Tell that story again.
Yeah. So that's the part I think is a little bit woo because it
Okay.
connects to my memories. Because I think I remember I've been working with these things before, driving a UFO and everything. And what I also remember is that we were tracking people. So like every person, if this memory is true, has a little chip inside of them that can be tracked. So that's why maybe this UFO that went over him knew where he were, because they know exactly every location every human being on the planet are at.
Yes. Okay. That goes completely with my theory because the chips,
They have
apparently,
they have
from what they were
they have
talking,
very much text about people. Like they know their social status,
history.
history, what they've done, their what they're working with, everything.
Oh, you've seen the how do they store the information? Is like
It's a
In the
database.
brain or in a book?
Well,
No, not a book.
they have it like in a database, and people are trying to
Okay.
like this military, those UFO guys. They're trying to help humanity. So they go through a lot of files about people, and you can even see if they're alive or dead. And many people they or like many people they look up have a lot of warning signs to them. Like people from the military, they know about their horrible things that are happening to them, but they're not allowed to do everything. They can't like intervene because they're not authorized to land, for instance. So they want to help them, but
Also,
they're not allowed.
they see a lot of stuff happening, bad things, crimes and stuff, but they
Yeah.
cannot intervene.
It's against the law. Like they don't have, if you're not a like personnel like connected to these things, they're not allowed to even show themselves to them. But still they want to. Like, so it's, I think they're trying to battling the laws. Like it's
That's
politics.
why there's a people who can see them and others who can't.
Exactly.
It's because they kind of know who to show themselves already.
Yes, because these people are connected to the military, like without them knowing. And I do strongly believe that it has something to do with the next life part thing. Because after this, people like it becomes a thing to try to find your old self. Like without us knowing, you could walk past your old life, but you don't know it was you before.
Yeah, I do believe in the transfer of
It's the woo part, but I mean, imagine this.
transfer
Like
of
I know for a fact that
ment
there's
brain information.
like, if there is a future, there must be a possibility that someone has met someone from like the future, right? Because otherwise you can never tell that it's a future event. And if that happened, you will have like the opportunity to copy yourself almost. Like imagine you go back in time and you meet yourself. You could essentially tell yourself, "Hey man, come back with me," and then you go back to the future again. Then there's two of you. So that also like proves the possibility of two consciousness of the same meeting each other, and that also proves the possibility of you having a secondary life.
Exactly the same me, but in another time.
Yes,
Okay. Not just my brain information. The whole
it's both. Some are
the
reincarnated,
whole
some are
not simulation, my whole clone
future.
in a way, but in a different time.
Yes,
Okay. Remember that the cloning techniques, they are evolving a lot. You
right.
must think how much do the clones live now? If how many years can they live now, you know?
I'm not sure, but it's getting better and better, right? I mean, they can clone animals and they can do a lot of those things already.
Yeah,
So
I know China does that.
yeah,
Is this the new movie, Carlos? I know James Fox has a new movie from Varginha, the ending of the chapter of Varginha. Do you know that case?
no, you have
It's
so
a
much
good
more knowledge
one.
than me about this. I mostly have my
Jeez,
own
man.
things, but I like Bob Lazar because I really believe that guy. Like he's super credible.
It's a mixed feelings I have about
Really?
him.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do look, man. I do believe him, but the fact that he messed with Jeremy Corbell just got him that extra dirty that I kind of, it's not I lost interest, but it's Tell me, do you have anything that links it to the craft of Bob Lazar?
It's
That
the
information about the, you know, the
it's the propulsion thing. Like
yeah,
how can they stay in air without any
the
like
floating thing, right? The
yeah.
hovering
I
without
mean, probably you could
energy
probably
on
do
them.
it with a drone as well, but there needs to be something that is making more noise, I guess. It's almost like you can only hear the humming of the. I mean, that ship that I saw above my balcony made no noise whatsoever, completely soundless. So I believe that he actually found out that it's about uh, is it anti-gravity propulsion systems
Yeah,
with the electromagnetic fields.
I have a lady. She's called Dolly. She says that here on Earth, the UFOs they need like a battery. It's kind of like she says it's like crystals with charged battery. But when they are outside of our atmosphere, they use like the energy of the planets and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So here
Maybe.
they have the gravity, so they need like some energy to keep them, against the gravity because it's still some weight,
You know
either
what?
if it's
You have
metal
a
or
cable,
whatever.
for instance. You know a cable,
Yeah.
uh, and you put a fork against it. It will get a bit stuck if it has a lot of electricity to it.
Okay.
Creates a magnetic field. It's the same with like microphones. When you push
Micro what?
microphones,
I microphones. Okay.
they create this cardioid magnetic field that picks up other other electrical waves. That's how they transfer the sound via electricity.
Interesting.
I think they can maybe flip this, like magnets. If you have two magnets with is it the opposite poles? No,
Yes. Yes.
they go towards each other. But if you
Yeah.
put them against each other, they repel.
Yes.
So that's how
Exactly.
it works with their emitters.
But
I believe.
exactly. Do you think they probably have the positive and the negative already on the craft so they can
Yes.
kind of play with the atmosphere and the dimensions,
Exactly.
maybe, like
Yeah, because
something like that, right?
when you create enough, like I believe this, maybe I'm just guessing. I guess I'm no scientist, but they create enough energy, you could start making the atoms behave in a certain way, so they like change direction somehow, because you fuck up their own electrical field. You can,
Yeah.
like materia
The frequencies, right?
attracts
With the
each other,
sand and
like
stuff.
gases and things like that, because they have a certain amount of energy.
Attraction.
Yeah. So like they have magnetic.
I'm not like very physicist and things like that,
Okay.
Look, one thing you could do as well, Nico, is you could, I don't know if, look, I know some people, but I don't know if they will hear me, because from what I've been gathering, do you know Jack Valet?
No.
He's a French investigator. He's like, he's an old man already. And he's like, for me, he's one of the biggest voices of ufology, is Jack
Okay.
Valet.
Jacqueline.
He's been on an interview with, yeah, start writing it down.
Yes, I
These
will.
names I tell you, because they all connect with things you're telling me, okay? Uh, Look, when you're telling me things, I'm just connecting the dots, okay? That's what I'm doing.
Yes,
trying
yes.
to see if your information correlates with what I know. And it, I think one of the reasons why it's going really good, it's because it does,
It just resembles.
it resembles some stories, okay?
It's good.
Not like 100%, but
The pieces are
kind of
slowly.
kind. Yes, some pieces are similar, but it's never exactly the same story we hear, you
All
know.
right. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
say, oh, it's all the same, but it's not. There's different details. There, these testimonies can give clues to major advancements in technology. You know what I mean? Because some details that the contactees say, the engineers, the physicists, they make shit up out of that. You know, they build new technology out of what people see and feel. You know what I mean? So in a way, we're kind of being shown these new things by them visiting us. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like
It's like this.
it's not a download, but it's
It's like,
similar to a download, you know?
but
It's
this is
somebody's
the such a thing.
downloading and then messages you.
Yeah, didn't talk about this. Why I think I have these memories also, because
Yep.
this is I'm 100% sure about this. I was laying in my bed before I fell asleep, and I felt
Okay.
this tingling laser thing, but this time it was a lot stronger, and it hit in the back of my head, and it started bubbling in my brain. So it felt like my brain was expanding, like
That's
like,
interesting.
but it no pain at all. But it felt like something was like increasing the size of my brain, and I was like, "Wow, this is super cool." But because it's so woo. But like prior to this, I asked this alien woman to make me smarter,
Okay.
and a couple of weeks after that, this happened, and I got after this, like I started crying because I got these images like happening in my brain while that was happening. And all of a sudden, I kind of remembered that I was doing something with stem cells. Like I was playing around with like a scientist or something. So I remembered these tools I used.
Wow.
And I looked the shit up
Crazy.
and it was correct. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is interesting. So apparently, as I believe in the future, they will have these kind of nuclear devices to use lasers on bricks with stem cells to charge them with electricity to make them very potent. So when you inject them, you get very healthy. So you kind of don't die.
Yes. Oh my God, man.
They need the right viscosity levels for in order for the stem cell to absorb enough energy.
That's very interesting. Do you
Yeah.
think that what you're talking is the alien technology, right?
No, it's the same shit I
Or
was.
do you think it's humans are already working on that?
They're trying to figure it out. But it's like when we go out in the sun, why do we get better skin? It's because the stem cells in our skin are getting hit with sunlight, so they absorb the light, and that makes them more efficient to do their work.
Exactly. Have you had any download or message about the sun? You know that
No,
what times you should catch more or when should you catch more sun? Which
No,
days?
nothing like that actually.
Okay.
I only remember how they looked because you have to freeze them to like under 0 Kelvin in order for them to survive a long time. And they're in these
Yes.
little small tube pipettes. So when you inject them into your leg, you feel how fucking cold they are. Like they're super cold when you inject them into the leg. And it's because if you have to transport them to someone, if
They
they
have
get
to be
older,
frozen.
they're not as effective. So the only way to make them not older is by freezing them very, very hard.
But they charge them before they freeze them.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like if you
That's
look
interesting.
at the cells, like it looks like they have glitter inside of them, and it's because the mucus inside of the cells have the capacity to store light.
Oh. Tell me, where have you learned that?
That's what I'm saying. That's when my
That
head
was
was bubbling.
that was when you got smarter. Okay.
That's when I remembered. Maybe I think that's why I remember I was walking with this blue alien as well. But I start remembering things I was doing, like
Yeah,
people
you
fucking
start
up inside of
connecting the
the lab.
dots.
They dropped like samples that cost billions of dollars. They were stacked in this and I looked it up later. I had no clue how stem cells work, but it looks just the same. They have these pellets and they stack them on top of each other and they put them inside of it looks like an espresso machine and it makes
Okay.
these weird noises. It's like when they do some laser thing to them. And there's different types. One is worse because it can track the cells in real time. So
Wow.
there were more expensive ones that could really hone into because they move very quickly and on a very small surface it's hard to catch them. So there were these very expensive types that can really track every cell on a small area to make sure that they had the right properties.
Yeah. Damn, man. Look, that seriously looks like some secret shit, man.
Yeah, it's I think it's correlative to military things.
Yes, because look, that could be the magic ailment
That's how you
for
live forever.
eternity.
I
Yes.
believe.
Like you?
Yes. So I've been guessing my whole life since I was a kid, and it all comes into fruition somehow. So I'm gonna keep playing this thing until I know it's right.
When you asked to to become smarter, the main thing that you were shown was how the stem cell situation works, because if you think about it, it's immortality. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the smartest thing that you could ever
Like,
think about,
do you know like
right?
why what I believe now? Why we can have a sense of how a human being is feeling is
Yeah.
because these cells in our brain have like tentacles. So in order for them to work properly with each other in groups, they send signals to each other. And if they have a lot of electricity, the electric magnetic capacity of their field and like their signaling
Optimized, like,
get higher. So
yes,
people who have telekinesis, no telepathic,
telepathy, yeah,
they have
and kinesis.
they have brain cells that are quite they have stored a lot of electricity or energy inside of them. So sometimes when I walk by people, I can get these flashes and I can see what they're thinking and I can hear what they're thinking.
Oh, Yes, that's how it all started. Remember with your grandfather,
Yes,
right? So you must have a little bit of that as well.
they maybe shot it inside of my brain.
Yeah, and I'm kind of thinking there must be like some machine that you put over your head like a helmet, and it kind of, sends some positive signals to
There could be many different.
without hurting because electric shocks are bad.
Like, when it was bubbling in my brain, I only felt it almost feels like it gets cold. You know when a mosquito lands on you and they're gonna suck the blood?
Yes.
After the pinching part, it almost gets a little bit cold. That's how it feels.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Freaking awesome, brother.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, that's a lot of information. We did 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I bet if I continued asking you questions, you would probably find more,
I would probably find more.
right?
But we probably found the most interesting things, I think.
Yes,
And we're tired, so we
exactly, brother. Thank you.
need
Look, you probably want to eat something. I've eaten, but I want to eat again now.
to. It's perfect. Thank you, Jan, bro.
And I have
I love you, man. Thanks so
16%.
much. I hope I really conveyed enough interesting things and that you really
Yes,
dare to believe me because it's nothing I'm just saying.
I
It's
have to check
I'm not
this
sure.
again.
I'm probably not right about everything, but things about this is true. Some things I know is true. So keep on trusting
Yeah.
people's experience, and you're gonna find really cool stuff.
Brother, let's do like this. We're ready to ask you giving you some advice. You let me know if there's anything, you know, privately, if if you were to come back, if there's anything about what I asked you about the flood and stuff like that.
Yes, if I find something, I will let you know.
Yeah. But either way, thank you very much. And again, Nicholas, you really surprised me tonight, brother.
Thank you.
So, the only thing I can ask you is send a hello to the blue alien friend.
I will. I will let her bless you all.
and
We
and
bless her
if
and
I probably it's not her that I'm seeing, but if she does have any information about those UFOs that I told you I saw, you were there a couple of weeks ago, right? On Saturday when I
yes.
caught those 10 UFOs, but I only could show one.
I'm not. I don't
Nick.
think I saw it. No.
Okay, it's one of my last sky hunts, and I time stamped it for 9 minutes and something. It's on the video, the timestamp.
All right.
You can see the UFO there, but either way, I
Maybe
saw them with
could
my
you link?
eyes.
Could you link it in the chat?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll get it right now.
Super cool.
Either way, brother, do you want to leave a last message for everybody in the audience while I
Yes.
do
My
this?
my last message is, even if life is hard and we go through a lot of heavy shit, we still have to believe that if we do good, we get good in this life and mostly next life.
Beautiful. Oh my God, I have so many videos. I love that advice.
And keep on
I
believing.
tell you, man, I do attribute this way of thinking that I have. I attribute it to the education I had in England. Like, I went at 18 years old, and, you know, it was hard the first year. But then, but when we're there, we start we just adapt, you know, we are very adaptable people.
Yes, I think we we possess a creativity. Curiosity is a good thing. Like it connects with creativity, and being able to like think outside the box is a good thing. Like being curious is how we find interesting things.
Yes, keep an open mind, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Let me check. Here it is. Okay, so let me get the video. Copy. Okay, so you only need to watch the video at the timestamp that it says, okay? It's 9 minutes and 50 something. There's the link.
Alright. Yes.
And these look like fiery orbs, but they're very far away. They're over the ocean. And it was weird because they were moving like from, I saw one, before I started the video, I saw one going from right to left. They were all of them, they were only, Nico, look how crazy. They were they were showing themselves above a building, but of course they started a little bit more laterally and they would go over the building. But the distance they were like over the sea, okay? Well over the sea, up there, above the 6-story building.
Wow.
And I saw one, then I saw another one going on the other opposite way. When I saw the second one, I knew that I should pick up my phone, okay? So this happened quick. My wife went to a dinner of the scouts. I was feeling a little bit sick, and I asked her to stay home because I was recovering from the flu A that I caught when my mother passed away about a month ago. And on the day of the wake, I had to get my uncle on the train station. It was raining. It was a bit cold. I got my feet a bit wet. So since that day, I started with a little, runny nose. And then I would get better, then I would get bad, always like that. And then, like 2 weeks ago, I was going to bed for 2 weeks. That I was going to bed, like from 5 p.m., I would start getting the fever. And then at night, I would be very cold near the fireplace. And not even the fireplace would get me warm enough. I would have to get dressed and go to bed, like well dressed.
Wow. You were turning really ill.
Yeah,
Gee.
it was, look, I've kind of told the story a little bit, how it was, my mom died, and
Wow.
then the rest of the story about the properties and all that crap, and she left a will, and either way, it's just bad stories on top of bad stories. And I just, I just thought it like as a theft, like stealing my family. And I got 3 kids, so I kind of saw it like really bad. But, finally things are balancing each other's, I think. And I saw that UFO, and I tell you, man, if I didn't go to help my wife to take like the baby to the car, just help her out, when I came back, I was closing the revolving door of the kitchen, and that's when I saw the UFO. So, Nico, I would never have gone. It's cold. It's been cold. I would never have gone to the kitchen and looked over there for UFOs that night, So that night, what happened was when that night, what happened was I was here in the living room. I heard someone opening the revolving door. No lights were turned on. And then somebody closed the door, and I was like, what the hell was this? And I said, okay, I took my time. I stood up. I went to the door, and I opened the door to see who it was. And I heard my wife turning on the van. And I thought, okay, it was her because I took a while longer to go to the kitchen and check it out. So when she turned on the van, I knew that it was the perfect timing. And
Yeah.
then I saw, okay, she's going, I'm cool. And when I was closing the door, I said, okay, let me just look at the sky a few minutes. And one UFO appeared going, and then the other one after 1 minute. And then I was like, okay, I need to get my phone. I
Super
picked
cool.
up this phone and I started the video. So it wasn't a live stream, it was a video. If you check it, it's a video. I premiered it like 15 minutes later. So I did the video. I still caught the last orb because, Nico, if you see my video, I'm kind of talking with them.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
will look
You should
it
use
will
this.
look like I'm talking with them,
Yeah.
but I'm just asking them. I'm asking them, please appear on my phone. And they're not appearing on my phone, man. I just catch the building. I see them with my eyes, but they're not appearing on my phone. And then there's a star on the right that at the end I start saying that it's a UFO, but I get it wrong. It's not. But then I catch the star, and underneath it, I catch the UFO moving to the left. And you can see it like starting to power up and then starting to power out. Have you seen that already? The powering up and powering down?
I asked them, that's also why I believe that they can hear my thoughts, because when I sit outside, sometimes they drive by, and
Okay.
I saw on YouTube they talked about power ups. So
Yes.
I asked him like, please, can you do the power up thing so I can see it? And there it was, like this big flash, and I was like, okay, that's very cool.
Yes. That, Nico, that's my experience. Okay.
So
You
that's
have one
interesting.
that it appeared. I asked it once to appear and it appeared. It didn't move, but it powered up for like 15 seconds and then it disappeared. And then I won the $50, okay, on that poll that I told you.
That's super.
So this video here down here, it was different. I was lucky. I I said I'm gonna try being here for 15 minutes and I stayed for like 17 and then they started appearing, man, like crazy.
Wow.
But
They
it was always one at a time.
they
One
knew
going
about
left,
your
one going.
feelings. Maybe they knew that you were going through a rough time,
I
so they
think so.
picked an
I
important.
think so. I think so because I have to tell you that was I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
I was sick and I felt the treason, the treason, the family treason. But when I saw the UFOs, it completely took my mind off of that and brought my focus to where it has to bring back. Let other people do their work and me. Let's focus on what's my objective, which is this. Of course, if I need to move, I will. If I need to stay, I will. Um, there is something that, I may talk with you privately, but not publicly. But, it, either I move or not, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be my life is gonna be good. Right now, I'm just thinking if I should stay in this house or not, and if I should do a bigger effort to keep the house, or I should move to as good house. But I'm looking for a kind of a message to decide because I haven't decided yet, you know, if I'm gonna move or not. I have my what I have decided is I have my heart open to move or to stay. But it's this house has a lot of memories, and memories are not cheap. You know what I mean? So um, whoever stays with the house will have to basically the effort has to be the same. Like if I move, my brother's effort has to be the same as my effort moving. Like it has to be a balanced thing. Like
I like the comment from Andrew. Home is where your family is.
yes, that's why I don't mind.
Very
That's why I
nice.
don't mind to move. But I'm not gonna allow this house to be like uh, the business of somebody else. Look, what it means is if this house is a business for somebody else, it's gonna be a business for me as well. You know what I mean? Like it, it's
I think
it's
maybe
it's the way of watching things. Like it needs to be a balanced thing. Like and right now it's not balanced, so I have some maths to do. Oh yes, of course. That's why I kind of kept my mind open because I do want to move if it's a good deal, you know what I mean? It has to be a good deal for everybody.
I mean
So
maybe I talk with this with my sister a lot because both me and her we have anxiety. Like we're a bit sensitive persons. So many
yeah,
times we stress ourselves a lot in order to
and you don't need to.
yeah.
No,
But I mean
it's true.
sometimes because now when I'm studying my school, I think I got better grades because I start having this lack of confidence because it keeps me motivated to study more. Because
Yes,
before when I was younger, I always had this kind of high
confidence,
confidence, and that got me into
fake
trouble.
confidence.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was
It's
the
the
best.
youth.
Yeah. So and then I got panic and I studied the day before and then it all went to crap. So maybe it's
No,
bit
yeah, I look,
like
I have a theory to study is you need to study when you learn it and three other times. Okay, so the first one is you learn it. The second, you revise it the same day when you get home. So you should always revise what you learned on
I
Monday
totally
or the
yes.
next day. Don't let a lot of time. And
Yeah.
then the third time is when you have exams. The third time you can read it a couple of times.
Yeah.
So it's not, you need at least 3 to 5 reads. So
Yeah.
that's my experience with learning. And I learned everything. I learned the whole body, man. I learned the bones. I learned the nerves. I learned the brain. I learned all of the organs, physiology of all of the organs. I've learned, look, man, at the end of my course, I felt confident to treat any pains that you would come to me, okay? You would say, look, I have a pain here, and I could tell you what it was. I could link it to a couple of interior muscles and things that are important that cause pains and stuff. So I'm really blessed that my father sent me to England to study, and kind of gave me this freedom of not sticking to this place because I was born here. You know, my kids were born here, but I don't know. It's just the fear of the unknown is a little bit weird. Causes anxiety. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of everything is if it's not too much, it's
Yeah,
a good thing. But
it's the
otherwise,
unknown. I never asked for a loan. Um, I never moved. I moved to England to study, but I never moved with my kids. You know, look, we're gonna have to end this because my phone is gonna turn off, and I don't have a charger right nearby. But it's just the fear of the unknown. But I think you know, you guys, my channel, my friends, you, Nicholas, all the advice you guys give me does calm me down and help me make my final proposal to leave, because at the end of the day, I have I own part of the house and I need to sell it. Okay. So I'm just gonna try and evaluate the best I can so I can leave comfortable, that I won't get debt for many years if I move to a bigger house. But I don't want to move to a smaller house. But it's just a balance. I'm just worried about the unknown. That's the only thing I'm worried. And it taking me off the focus a little bit. But you, Nicholas, brought me back. I think a little bit.
that's awesome.
Beautiful. Look, is Star Wars. Your Did you see
Yeah,
the fireworks?
yeah.
Let me try that. No, it's just you. Look, do that again.
Nothing happens now.
Look, that was your friend, brother.
That's funny.
Okay, we're gonna go. Thank you again, Nicholas. Hope to see you
See you
soon,
guys.
brother.
Take
Bye,
care, everyone.
everybody.
Let's have fun.
Good evening,
And
everybody. Stay
no,
there, brother.
yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
John P loves you.